welcome to episode 148 of the Destiny Digest podcast. My name's Danfinity, and this is going to be a weird show. This is going to be a great show. We have some standard panelists here. We have Tiddly back from their assignment. How are you?
Hello.
Hello, welcome back. Glad to have you. Epic Dan, how are you doing today, dude?
Hello, I'm doing well.
Good. And then we have BonafideHiro. Hello, I'm sorry it's so late.
Hello. It's all right.
Good to have you. In our guest seats, we have two guests who, like I was telling them earlier, they joined in as a guest on the Destiny Digest podcast. You guys know me. I'm not a PvP guy. I couldn't PvP my way out of a room if I wanted to. And so like when I was struck with that, I asked you guys to come on, and you guys were very gracious with your time and energy. At the time, you guys were running the Massive Breakdowns podcast. And yeah, it's just anytime you guys have been on in the past, it's just always been a good time. And we wanted to have you guys here for this episode today. So thank you so much.
You surprised me, by the way.
Yeah.
Like I knew I was coming on.
You had no idea about Lego.
It's true. This guy.
Yeah.
I like to make an entrance. What can I say?
Yeah. Before we get too deep into the thick of it, let's we got some housekeeping and then we got some other stuff to do, shall we? You can join us live every Sunday night around 3:30 p.m. Pacific and 6:30 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Destiny Digest. While you're here, you can ask questions that help us shape the conversation. Episodes go live the next day on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Pocket Casts. And you can help others find the show by rating and reviewing on your podcast platform of choice. A lot of people are choosing YouTube lately. We are I think 67 follows away from the lowest tier of monetization on YouTube. So that's pretty exciting. That's pretty crazy. We're also collecting Destiny memories from our audience to add to the podcast and the YouTube feeds in the next couple of episodes. If you have a favorite memory from Destiny 2 that you'd like to share in the upcoming episodes of Destiny Digest, please fill out the form that will be in the show notes, also pinned on YouTube in the chat so that we can get those in the show. A little bit of an announcement as far as the brand for the show goes. We've been talking about this in the background a little bit with you guys, and I don't know how to get through this, so we're just going to read it. So for me, Destiny Digest has been a staple of all of my weeks over the past several years. And with this panel of BonafideHiro, Epic Dan 22, Eseipha, Samikat, and Tiddly, we've brought you 60. We've brought you six. This is the 61st show together as a panel.
That's crazy.
You guys are great. Love and appreciate y'all. On Sunday, June 21st, 2026, we will be ending Destiny Digest, but we will be continuing in a rebranded format. While this iteration of the show is ending, we will continue. Writing this, I didn't think it was going to be this hard to communicate, but here we are.
Dan.
While this iteration of the show is ending, we will continue to be broadcasting the weekly news in gaming and hanging out live every Sunday night and releasing episodes together under a new moniker starting on July 12th. Just wait until you find out what it is. We're not revealing it today. If you're following our feeds on RSS, YouTube, or socials, you won't need to refollow anywhere. The new era of the show will be taking over those feeds for the foreseeable future. If you want to listen to old episodes of Destiny Digest for a bit of comfort food, you'll still be able to find them within this main feed under season 1. So you'll still be able to go back and listen to all the episodes that have been put out. If you want to hear the 7-minute episodes that I started putting out when the show was in its infancy, you can do that. If you want to listen to the panel era, you can absolutely do that as well. But they will all still be in the feed for you to do so. We hope that you'll join us every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern as we set out on this new venture together. I'm excited. I've been working on the design front of it and just kind of pitching you guys ideas. And that's been a fun process for me, at least, because I get to rebrand a show that I've that I've had for a while. It's a nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. Actually,
fun.
you can
It's
make it
fun.
whatever you want, like
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
you want at this point. Yeah,
Yeah, man. So
Yeah.
it's really weird that this version of the show is ending, just because like there was a part of me that knew Destiny was going to end at some point. I think everybody in this call at some point knew Destiny was going to end. We just didn't know the circumstances and we didn't know the timeline, and so this has kind of like changed some thoughts and how I thought about this show. But I like hanging out with you guys every week, and I like having special guests on that are also buddies, and like it's gonna be fun. So I appreciate you guys, and look forward to doing more stuff.
appreciate you, Dan.
Yeah. All
You
right.
guys are cool too.
I guess you're okay, Bona.
Yeah.
I guess.
Why is my screen getting blurry?
Yeah.
Why are you cutting Ungies on the podcast again, Bona?
You're supposed to cut against the grain. You're against the knob at the top is what I
That's
just heard
my
from
issue.
Alton Brown.
That's what's wrong with me. Cutting it wrong.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So I guess this is the portion of the show. Hey, what have you guys been playing? What have you guys been doing? Let's start with our guests,
Yes,
Tony and Lego.
first.
How's life? What have you been
man.
playing?
Tony, you go. My answer's so lame. Y'all are gonna laugh. It'll be good for some. You go, Tony.
Man, I've been all over the place. I've been playing Minecraft. I'd never played Minecraft when I was a kid. So really been enjoying playing Minecraft. Probably a little too much. I was talking about this before the stream started. Yeah, I've been streaming Minecraft, of course. And there was definitely a couple days where I kind of just like I was just everywhere, there was no focus content. I look back at it for QA and I'm just like, there's no focus whatsoever. Me just kind of just scurrying around, enjoying the crap out of myself. I was enjoying myself. But after I saw that, I was just like, and I even told people, I was just like, I should probably focus up a little bit. Let's go ahead and get this Ender Dragon taken care of. Let's go ahead and finish up this Steam engine, whatever we're going to do, and then get back to some Destiny 2 or whatnot. But it was based on the fact that it's got to be a top 3 game for me now, man. I absolutely adore that game. It is such a vibe. So some Minecraft, played some Kerbal Space Program.
Okay.
Which was tough.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which was tough. Yeah. If I didn't have a couple of folks that were quite proficient in that game in the stream to help me out with all this like orbital mechanics, because it's a game where you are trying to take rockets into space. You're trying to like get into orbit and set like a stable orbit. You're trying to get to the moon. You build your own rockets in order to do so. And they are they're analogous to the rockets, that we build in real life. So much of the science, much of the math, and you don't have to do too much math, but much of the science is quite accurate and quite like 1-to-1. And so it can get kind of complicated. And I was trying to take as much notes as possible. My notebook got a little full there, but very, very, very much fun, very rewarding. It was cool because last weekend I hosted one of the personnel, the actual lead on the closeout crew for the Artemis 2.
Cool.
For the Artemis 2 mission. They work at NASA. It's lock and load live. I know we all know
Right.
who Lock and
Yeah.
Load
Her
Live is.
husband.
It's her
Yeah.
husband,
He was.
Taylor.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah,
Amazing.
It
Nice.
was so cool. It was
Yeah.
one of the
Not know
best
that.
streams of like the year. It was so much fun. And so he came through and then I played KSP. I played Kerbal Space Program like right afterwards as well.
How fun.
Yeah, and so it was
Very
just a blast.
creative,
Just a blast. Yeah. We've been doing a bunch of stuff like that over the last, like 3 months that I've been taking a little bit of a break from Destiny 2. But yeah, Minecraft, KSP, and a few other things, Sekiro, and a couple of other games beyond that. But it's been a blast. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's
Excellent,
incredible.
man. All right,
That's
Lego.
so cool.
Lego,
Oh, man.
you've had major life stuff happen today.
Yeah. I was telling the
Yeah.
crew, I'm like in the middle of like, I found out I was selling my house a few weeks ago. It was the day before that we found out Destiny 2 was not going to be receiving any more updates. The day before was when I signed away my house that I've been living in the last 15 years And it was like,
So
oh,
crazy.
every single phase of my life, like am I saying goodbye to it all at once? Like, what is
Yeah.
it? And just figuring out what that was for me, So anyway, before coming on this show, we just signed and bought a new house. So that's good news, Very cool. But in the midst of
Nice.
that, have been doing some gaming. Before I get to that, though, I just want to say we ramped off of y'all saying goodbye to your own era of this show. And I just want to applaud y'all for everything that you've accomplished with this show. It's just such a joy to listen to at any time. If I want to have like a feel good time listening to not just Destiny news, but with like some gamers that I really love, like this is the show that I would come to do that. And just like what a thing that y'all have been able to create here. So I know everybody listening feels that way, and I felt it, and I felt like we moved through that moment too fast, and I was at the edge of my seat, like, are they gonna announce what the next thing is?
I saw your
Stay
face when he said-
tuned on the
when he
next
said,
episode of Destiny Digest.
When he said we're not going to give the name today, I saw Lego's face go, oh.
Look,
Aw,
I'm
no.
like Lego. I'll send you some of the stuff that I've been doing behind the scenes. That way you get a special
Okay.
sneak peek.
Sneak peek.
Yes.
That way you get.
I won't.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
don't DM me. I know listeners. Don't do it. I'm not gonna speak.
we're primarily also not doing that so people don't go out and grab the handles.
Oh,
Yes,
so
yes. Not that people would do that, but
not that people would do that. I did buy the URL.
No.
I did buy the
Oh,
URL.
no.
I own the URL, so
Oh,
we
do
should
you?
be
Nice,
fine.
nice,
Yes,
nice.
we got the
So
.com.
We have a name.
We got the .com.
.com and everything.
It's done. It's done.
It's done.
Mm.
It's done.
Nice.
It's just
Okay.
a mix of random letters and numbers. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to honor that moment for a second because that's
Thank you.
a big deal, y'all. Yeah. Two, with all the life stuff with me, one of those life things is my son isn't into gaming yet. Like we've like really limited screen stuff. He just turned 6. We did just see our first IMAX with Star Wars. It was amazing. It was so cool. Watched all of Mandalorian up to it. But
Yeah.
we just also another big thing was I started introducing him to Mario like on the NES. Like that's how where we're starting,
Yeah.
And so that
On
has
the
been my
NES.
journey. And yeah, so my
Wow.
sister though, here's the
Wow.
hold up. My sister has my NES. I do not have it. And so I've been figuring out, okay, how do I, make this work? And so I'm gonna build a Raspberry one of those
yeah.
console boxes, and so but before that, in lieu of that, I've let him play just with a Bluetooth controller and stuff for a bit, getting used to it, which has been really cool watching that journey. But it has ignited in me going through all my retro games. So I've been sitting on the couch playing like Pokemon OG, like Game Boy style,
Hell
like
yeah.
just living up the nostalgia while I can. It's been wonderful, and getting my butt kicked in Mario 2 because platformers are hard.
Yeah.
Like what?
Hard,
So
yeah.
yeah. That's been my life lately. It's just like simple, super simple stuff. But I'm like, I was playing Marathon for quite some time, and then last month of life just got super busy, and I just set everything down and just haven't felt like doing anything but nostalgia stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's all the Destiny stuff going on too, but just chilling,
Yeah. Madalat says in chat, Pokemon mentioned and not by Samikat.
I know.
Oh yeah, I forgot Sammy Cat's not here to even. I've been
He
like
loves
really
it
into
so
it.
much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man, bummer. Yeah. No.
I know.
So I have been doing a lot of Pokemon Pocket actually, and it's really funny the meta that changes every time they release a new pack on that, and it's so interesting, like diving into these different games where the meta evolves and what are the things that change it. Because Tony, we're used to like diving into the numbers in Destiny and like how the smallest change will affect something, and in a card game, it's like even more. Like it's so much more limited than because you don't have the movement and gunplay skill on top of it, so it's narrowed down to like just the numbers, not the skill. I mean skill in terms of what you choose to do in your turn, but stuff like that is so fascinating to me, so I've been hooked on that for a while too.
Heck yeah.
Don't start playing
Excellent.
Balatro, bro. Just don't.
Oh,
dude.
no.
Yeah.
I'll get sucked in.
Don't get
No.
Dan started. Don't get Dan started.
Perfect
Oh,
playing
my
game.
goodness.
Perfect plain game. You can just
really?
Yeah, dude. Because you can have it
Yeah.
on your phone.
Okay.
They have a phone app, so you can just play it on your
Oh
phone.
no, wait.
And
Yeah. I managed
never
to get
told
a
people
Steam
that.
Deck before. Like they raised the prices again. Did you guys hear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By a
Yeah.
significant
Yeah.
amount, if I remember correctly, right?
A
Insane
by a
amount.
lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And I got mine for like 300. So I'm just like, thank God. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, the handheld market is crazy right now. It's
Yeah.
crazy. But Balatro, because like for flights, yes, it's good.
100%.
Like on
100%.
your phone, which is great because you don't have to worry
Mhm.
about Steam Deck
You
or
say
anything.
that,
Okay.
you say that,
No.
but then you spend like you say, hey, I'm going to bed. I'm just going to play one game. Mm-mm.
So
Yes.
do it.
why
That's
is
the
it so
problem.
addictive? Like, what is the pull on it? Like, what gets you hooked?
Oh,
Man,
boy.
I deleted from my phone like about a month or two ago. So let me think about this. I had to delete it, man. I had to delete it. I was not getting sleep. I don't know. It's just it's a little bit of the gambling. It's a little bit of, I mean, it's not
Yeah.
actual gambling, but you know, it's a card game, right?
Well, I mean, we
So
like
you're
Destiny
gambling
loot
on
because of the gambling too. So
Yeah,
I mean,
true,
I get
true,
it.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make clear that it's not actually like gambling
Right.
or anything
Right.
like that.
Right.
It's just
Right.
it's
You're
cards,
not
right?
actual money.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
there's a moment when you're in the middle of a run of Balatro and you know that it's going well, where
Yep.
like the number just keeps ticking up higher, and like you maybe jokers are your modifiers for your hands, and so
Yeah.
if you get like a really special selection of those jokers,
Combination, yep.
like you play a hand and it starts ticking off. And like normally it would be like, okay, this is a king, this is a queen, this is a jack, the da 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 da. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
with the jokers, it's like, oh, this is a king, but you have this joker here that allows you to replay face cards like 3 times. And then on top of that, you have another joker that says, oh, if it's a club, then that doubles the score. And then like you can just chain things together in a way that the
Okay.
number keeps climbing higher and higher and higher. And
Number
so-
goes burr, huh?
Yes,
Yeah,
number goes
definitely.
big burr.
Yeah.
And then and some hands are more risky than others because some of them are like, oh, you only get one hand in order to hit the score that you need for this.
Uh-huh.
And like it's just a crazy, crazy game. It's very, very good. It is very addicting. I am better at
Yeah.
poker because of it. Like surprisingly.
Really?
Yes. It
Like actually okay,
helps-
interesting. That's so
it helps me
interesting.
recognize hands better.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is so true, actually. That is
Yeah.
so true, because when I first started playing it, like I was playing it on stream and people would be like, oh, you didn't see that, and I'm just like, I didn't see that, man. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. But it becomes like second nature when you get addicted to it and
Got
you play
it.
it like 100
You
times.
played it enough. Yeah, it's got kind of
you
the
definitely just
byproduct is
automatically recognize, oh man, oh well, this is actually a different type of hand and I should play off of this. Yeah.
I'm not Grenader Jake by any means when it comes to playing poker. I play poker maybe once every 3 months with like a closed group of buddies, and at most there's pizza involved and $5 from each person. But
I mean, that sounds pretty good.
that's at
Yeah.
most.
Yeah.
That's a fun hang.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
time.
I'd run
Any
it up with
excuse
that.
to hang out with people and have pizza.
Yeah.
Wait, why
Yeah.
don't we have pizza
Yeah.
on Destiny Digest ever? I mean, come on.
Well, you know
Or
what?
we all just order a pizza to ourselves.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For the
Guys,
By the way,
thanks for
guys.
joining the Destiny Digest ASMR pizza stream.
for the final
Yeah.
episode,
Last episode is going to be a
go to
pizza
the
party.
YouTube.
for the final
There you
episode,
go.
let's pizza party it up, gang.
Yeah,
Let's
but
do it.
we need to get monetized on YouTube so we can order pizza. Don't
Yeah.
forget,
Dan,
go to YouTube.
instead of talking about our games that we played that week, we all go through the pizza that we've ordered and why.
You're
Just
going to
like
argue
this.
over
Why
pizza
I like
toppings
pineapple
for an
on
hour.
pizza.
We'll
Yeah,
go
anyone
over the
has
stats
pineapple?
for each one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it. Content.
This one's a Detroit style. Its
Oh,
tensile strength
right.
is much higher than
Delicious.
Tensile
good.
spreads.
Yeah. All right. So, Epic Dan, what have you been playing, buddy?
I think this week has just been a marathon. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
a bunch of
new
hours in
season.
over the week. Yeah.
How is the new season?
Yeah, I want to hear too.
For the most part, it's actually really good. I was telling chat the other day that I wish season 2 was what people experienced first,
Mm-hmm.
because they already got a lot of the baby steps were already out of the way, because season 2 kind of expects you to have had at least a little bit of experience
Mm-hmm.
and knowledge, which is very obvious because everyone already has purples and golds, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
mainly
yeah.
because everyone already knows the maps. I cannot imagine what Cryo next week is going to be like. That's going to be crap show, honestly. But
How so?
well, a lot of what made, we talked about it a lot. A lot of what made Cryo for the most part, very difficult, is no longer viable. With the exception of a few things, there's also now the new the new runner,
Oh, the
Oh,
Sentinel.
okay.
Sentinel.
yeah,
Sentinel.
which
Okay.
is that Sentinel's going to eat on that map, unfortunately, because it's very close quarters, and he is. I spent a lot of time playing because I wanted to figure out would he be viable, and he's going to be viable in like connection with Recon. Like those two alone
Yeah.
are going to just make Cryo a totally different experience because of it being close quarters, because of it being very nade centric, which he has an ability that basically nullifies grenades and makes his grenades even stronger and makes his kit stronger when grenades are in the playing field. So all of that makes it very interesting, and I don't know. I
So
just
he's literally
the-
like a yo, hold my beer kind of guy.
he's made for cryo because of that map being so close quarters. Like a lot of people aren't using him right now
Yeah.
because like I haven't personally enjoyed him this season because all the maps aren't benefiting him with the exception of Outposts. I like him as a character, but I would rather be playing Destroyer, Thief, classes that already really benefit from the 3 maps we have. But on Outposts, there are situations, and a little bit of Dire, but not a lot. But there are situations that you're in close quarters combat that he starts to really shine, and you can see that he has a place.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if like the meta shifts to Recon, Triage, Sentinel. Outside of like people who are just really good and they don't need that stuff, they can just run
Mhm.
wherever they want. But for the most part, it's been really interesting, and I really wish, I don't know if it would have worked as well, but I really wish season 2 is how it launched. The cradle system is really good. Even after the nerf, the whole being able to take anything you earn, and if you don't want it, you can convert it into experience to upgrade your
Mhm.
stat points across all 6 of your
Ooh,
um,
it's a nice quality of life
skill
change.
sys. Yeah, so like you can
Yeah.
upgrade your heat
Yeah.
capacity, your
Yeah, that's
melee,
really
all that
nice.
stuff. So it makes every run viable. Even if you get like a purple that you don't want or
Yeah.
a gold you don't want, oh, I can just turn it into XP and then get some experience points to update like a melee or something, or heat capacity or loot speed.
Mhm.
So a lot of that quality of life features was really nice. And for us on PC, the optimizations, they did a fantastic job. Whatever they did under the hood has made at least me personally, my frames dropped. I mean, it jumped
Oh,
100
good.
FPS across
Yeah.
all of
How much did it jump up? Because I'm a nerd for
100.
this stuff. 100.
So like on Outpost, I
man.
normally was getting like maybe 100 frames. When really high intense combat, a lot of things happen on the screen. Obviously, I would expect 80 or 90. And every single map right now, obviously frame gen and some of the NVIDIA stuff has helped.
So
But
you
even
do
without
use
frame gen, yeah, you might as well use frame gen
Yeah,
if you
I'm
have the
I'm just
stuff.
wondering. Yeah.
Personally, I haven't noticed any latency. So that's why I've been telling people, 'cause everyone hears frame gen and they're like, oh, I don't want to use it.
Yeah.
But the
And
technology
that
is just too good now.
Well, it's getting better.
Mhm.
Latency with FrameGen was the number one offender,
Yeah.
right? And so that was also the number one thing that they decided, hey, we're gonna try to track and resolve, right? So
Yep.
I would imagine that modern games are, starting to benefit a little bit more from FrameGen with a little bit less of the latency, considering that's what they're targeting.
Yeah, I do wonder because like Fool said, a lot of people, you have to have a 40 or 50 series card, which is a
Mhm.
first world problem, obviously, to see a lot of the NVIDIA updates and a lot of the success from some of their newer technology. And most people are still running 20 and 30 series cards. So I understand this is a first world problem.
Right.
Me saying I got hundreds of frames because I have a high end card.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it's obviously frustrating to have a high end card and barely be hitting certain marks that you expect
Yeah.
50, 60, 70. And it makes your 1% very annoying because they
Your 1%
happen when
lows.
you really don't want it to happen in the middle of a
Yeah,
gunfight
yeah.
or something,
Yeah.
So
When the
that's
particle
been,
effects jump into the screen, those 1% lows, yeah.
I hated Cryo simply because of me having such a high end PC and not getting the frames. I don't want to say I expect, but they were much lower than I wanted to. But even if I don't run frame gen, I'm still getting like 50, 60 frames higher than I was last month.
Yeah.
Last week.
Yeah.
So it's still huge. But I obviously know I'm like running a high end 40 series card versus like most people that aren't running that.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also been playing still a bunch of Horizon, and that's just been my chill driving game. I finally put it on my big TV.
Yeah.
So like, I was working on a bunch of YouTube stuff, and I just like set a bunch of stuff for encode. So I exported for like 6 hours. Went downstairs, and I just drove, and it was just such a satisfying thing. I just drove, man. I just drove watching the cherry blossoms. You know, I got
In your
really
warthog?
Yeah.
in my warthog. I was
So
still in my
jealous,
warthog.
dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, but
I'm so envious.
I still got pissed. If you've been playing Forza, you know about Bowie Knife 99, and
Yeah.
he's still causing travesty out there, and been having a good time. You know, I hate that guy though.
Hey, explain to people, because this is an interesting story. Explain to people what that is, what that car is, what that gamer is.
Well, so people that don't know, for Forza, they have a system. It's technically an AI system, but anyone
Super
that
fun.
plays Forza, something in their system tracks your tendencies when driving.
Okay. Like a
Okay.
nemesis
So-
system almost?
It's kind of like Shadow of Mordor's Nemesis
Uh-huh.
system, but
Yeah.
it's for every single person on Xbox. There's two systems. One is for your friends. So like if me and Tony were friends on Xbox, and I was playing Forza, and I'm very aggressive, and every time I see a car, I'm trying to knock them off the road, all that kind of stuff. My tendencies when Tony's playing, he will have a CPU modified version of me in his driving
Mhm.
systems, in his races, doing my tendencies. So what people
Oh.
hate about Bowie is whoever this person is in the world, is incredibly toxic because he pushes everyone off the map in every single race. He's also very good, but also the computer's very good already. But he does a lot of stuff in his own time that has caused the Nemesis system, whatever the computer system is, that has taken his information and put it into the entire Forza ecosystem and says whenever Bowie Knife is on the road, he does these things. And it is the worst thing. It's obviously the computer, but he's also a very fantastic driver, which is very annoying because there's been so many races that I'm almost a lap ahead of everyone, and I cannot let up because I know the moment I hit a car, I turn around, there's Bowie.
Bowie's there. Yeah.
He's right there.
Backroom
station to
Bowie, just
station.
there to get you. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Bona.
Is this whole thing? Are we being replaced by AI in games?
Probably.
That's what it sounds like. Either that or my thought.
Have we, without even knowing it, been like has the replacement already started?
Oh,
It
I
is
bet.
interesting
COD
because
had a
like,
system. COD
Yeah.
had a system where
they?
where they had bots, and you didn't necessarily know that they were bots in the lobby. Yeah,
PUBG
I
too.
wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised
did
if
that.
other games. PUBG did
I know
as
that
well?
in
Yeah.
Halo Infinite in the beta, we were training the bots, right? And you could see it each week, like each day, each weekend that we went along, the bots got better and better because we were training them. They were reacting to us better.
yeah.
But this is basically,
I
yeah,
don't
this
mind
is
it
this
in
person's
Forza,
data.
personally.
This is how
I
they
don't mind.
play.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will say it makes me a better driver because it does make me, if I get to the starting line and I see Bowie Knife as one of them, I
Yeah.
do the thing where I sit up in my seat. Because I just know they're the one I have to deal with. But it's
I'm just
also
gonna
very satisfying if I beat him and I beat him by a very big margin. Like I beat him the other night by 13 seconds. Bowie Knife is somewhere in the world, doesn't know that I'm calling him all the names under God's son. But I'm so happy I beat him by like 13 seconds. And I was like, I would love for someone to interview him, whoever Bowie Knife is, just to see how
There needs to be
he
like a
feels about the
subreddit on him.
situation. He might not even know. if
I
we're
know
being
who it
honest.
is.
No.
I know who Bowie Knife is.
Who?
Just picture in the driver's seat, it's Pete Parsons.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Just like cars.
Wait.
that's
Is
true.
he driving a different car every single time?
He does drive a different car. Well,
It makes
depends,
sense.
because
It makes sense.
Every type of race requires a
Confirmed.
different kind of car.
Confirmed.
So you can't take a drift car into a rally race, but you can't take
Sus.
an F1 into a.
Very sus.
But maybe he has some of the best cars in the game. He's very consistent in his driving.
Are they classic cars?
Well, not all, some of them can't be classics. But if it was Pete,
I'm
he
just
probably
asking
would
questions.
he probably would only be in the classics.
He's just asking the important questions here.
Just questions. Random questions. They were random. Trust me.
Yeah, random. Yeah. I was gonna make a joke about Bowie knives, but I'm not going to. Tiddly, how's the
Yes,
past
Steph?
couple of weeks been with you, buddy?
Really good, really good. I'm mostly splitting my time between Diablo and which is an amazing. The new season is fantastic. The story is
Fun.
really good. The new class is really good. I'm really really enjoying it. I'm getting into the end game, into the higher torment levels now, which is super fun. And then also just really loving Rivals. The dinosaurs, so oppressive. And then there's
Okay.
also a new character coming out on Friday, which should be super fun.
Who's the new
we don't know if
character?
it's going to be Cyclops. So we don't know if
Oh,
Cyclops
hell
is
yeah.
going to be a Vanguard or a duelist. So we don't know if it's going to be DPS or tank. I think people are projecting that it's going to be that Cyclops is going to be a duelist, but it would be really cool if he was a Vanguard. There's a lot less tanks, which is shocking, right? It's a hero shooter.
Yeah.
There's less tanks than DPS characters. Shocking, right? So yeah, we'll see. Cyclops should be really fun, but there is precedent to have kind of like a laser beam character. Like
Yeah.
Emma Frost has like her psychic beam, and she's a tank. So I think that you could formulate Cyclops in a way that would be a Vanguard character. But so we'll see. That's Friday. That's really exciting. Rivals has been really fun. Also streaming a little bit of Slay the Spire, still super addicted, 400 plus hours. I'm working on Ascension 10 on some of the characters
Hell
now.
yeah.
So that's beating 2 of the bosses. That's a lot. So we'll see. Oh yeah, and hopped into the new season of Fortnite today. Haven't played
Cool.
Fortnite in a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
There's some cool stuff for sure. We got a couple wins on the day. The oh my god, the explosive rifle, fantastic. Really, really enjoying that. There's also these like infinite slide boots, and there's a couple general changes that they made. First of all, the drop is more similar to other battle royales now. You can shoot people out of the sky, but then you can also free fall. So it's a completely different way to drop than they've ever had in Fortnite. Also, let's see. I think they eliminated like dying from fall damage,
Cool.
so you can't lose from falling to your death, which is new. I think that's like a less recent update. And what was the other change that they made that was really really different? I can't
You said
remember.
Infinite slide boots. Is that what you said?
Yes, infinite slide boots.
That's
They're
what I heard.
insane. They're so fun. I feel like that's one thing Fortnite does really, really well is they have really fun movement tech every season, which of course gets like, I think that the gloves last season got a little bit oppressive. People were saying that people would like learn how to uppercut and shotgun and like you can basically close the gap and then blap, you're dead. The other change is that you can have infinite sprint if you use your pickaxe. So that is a different. So there's definitely some like neutral game changes in Fortnite right now that make it really fun. And like I said, I love the explosive rifle. Oh yeah, and then there's the sprites too. There's basically different flavors of sprites that you can use to do different things like generate shields, do extra damage, et cetera, and they're adorable.
What do they taste like?
What do they taste like? You don't eat your sprites.
You just
Wait,
said what? They're different flavors of sprites.
Are they LeBron's mix?
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
flavor. One of them is a
Like
grumpy
lemonade
duck.
Sprite?
No,
the
shit,
cranberry
no,
Sprite.
shit.
Cherry Sprite.
Cranberry.
Cherry Sprite.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cherry Sprite, yeah.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
cherry
Yeah.
Sprite. Well, there's a duck Sprite. I would not drink the Sprites in Fortnite.
A foie
Yeah, so
gras?
that's pretty much it. Foie gras? No, don't eat the duck. The duck is
Damn.
cute.
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Come on,
please.
man.
I'm kidding.
Period.
It was a joke. It was the first thing that
Wow.
came to my head. All right, let's get out of here. Bana, what about you? What have you been playing, buddy?
I can't beat drinking sprites, so
Duck Digest.
Yes.
A duck died for your dinner. Duck death. Welcome to the episode about duck death. Spoilers. Warning.
Honestly, just working a lot. Like, I'm about to sort of take like a couple weeks sort of hiatus with work and stuff. Just got some things coming up, so trying to get some stuff done. In the meantime, but yeah, the only thing I've really been playing is Star Citizen. So,
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we're just trying to get through that. Because it's like a brand new launch. There's not brand new launch, like the post wipe and everything. There's just a bunch of glitches and issues as there always is. So just trying to navigate that. And we had gotten 30 people together on Friday night. I spent
30?
like a week, 30 people to be like,
Sick.
cool, we're going to go do this. It's kind of like a, space combat sort of raid thing where everyone
Is
has
anybody's
different
name
roles.
Leroy? Is anybody's name Leroy?
I would dub someone a Leroy. Yeah. But I've given everyone roles. You're going to be the gunner on this ship. You're going to fly this ship. You're going to, after this bit's done, you're going to fly your ship into here and disembark and go and do this as these people cover you in these ships, yada, yada. And then on a Friday fucking afternoon, they take the servers down for maintenance and then extend it again and then extend it with like no clear end in sight. Then they bring the servers up and then they're not working at 4 a.m. in the morning. So I got organized 30 bloody people to jump in. So excited all week. We'd all prepped.
Crazy.
And then just servers are down. Like, okay, dude. But, the game's running so much better now and all that. So we'll try again next week.
Heck yeah.
But
Getting together 30 people to game is
insane.
Oh, yeah.
all around the world, I would imagine. That's insane. I could not imagine. I mean,
getting 6
you know
people.
how hard it is to get. That's what I was about to say. You know how hard it is to get 6
Exactly.
people together. A lot of times, just get a raid in.
I know. That's why I don't raid anymore in Destiny. So.
No, I don't raid anymore, but I'm gonna now step it up, and I'm gonna go to Star Citizen, and I'm gonna get 30 people together. Now.
You hit me up.
People together. Okay. All right.
You hit me up. I'll put you in a gun.
Bet.
Fool in chat. See, server maintenance isn't a Bungie problem only. Boy.
Nope.
Heck yeah. For me, I've been trying to wrap up Saros before this week.
How close are you?
I faced the Yellow King once.
I didn't want to say anything. That's my favorite.
I'm fight. Like,
aw.
For those of you who don't know, Saros is like a biome-based bullet hell game. Everybody's kind of going crazy. You're going crazy, but you're taking down these awesome bosses. And I talked last week about like a Cthulhu style boss that I ended up taking down last week, and that one was insane. If you have a PS5, I highly recommend Saros. Returnal is also really great, but Saros is a little bit more forgiving when it comes to like runs, because it is a run based roguelike type game. I got to the final boss, and he's got a lot of stuff going on, man. He's got a lot of stuff going on. He's got a lot of stuff going on. So I ended up doing some farm runs on Thursday, like in order to like try to get to the point where I could take him down. I've got almost every node on the skill tree worked out, except for some of the Halcyon bits.
Really?
So yeah, I'm like, my dude is like pretty much maxed. I just have to go and execute. So
are you trying to do just Yellow Shore King when you fight him, or
don't? Oh well. So I was gonna say, don't tell me there's more bosses after that guy, but there's
no. Because like I know some people try to like when you fight a boss, and obviously you can technically go back to him. Like I wonder, I'm always curious. Do you prefer to try him on that biome, or do you just always do a fresh one?
So on my farming runs, I always do a fresh biome, like just from the jump, just run straight through all the stuff, because I know that I'm going to get my empowerments that I can keep stacking on top of each other for that run. And then I'm also picking up the Lucenite, which is the money. Bones are the money, and then using that to like enhance my character. After I do like farming runs, that's when I do a shorter run at the boss, typically.
Ah, okay.
So that's been like, maybe I need to go back a biome and like gear up there first, Is that what you're trying to say? All right, cool.
Well,
Yeah.
I will say for Yellow King, and for the last two bosses, Cathedral and for
Yeah.
the Yellow King, he's incredibly difficult if you don't have prep. That's
Okay.
all I'll say.
All right, cool. That's all you needed to say.
Because every time I try to do it with just him,
yeah,
there's not enough stuff in the biome unless your starting level is like 70 or 80.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You just don't have the firepower.
Yeah. That is telling me everything that I pretty much knew, but like no, I needed to get into. Lego, you were saying that like you're deep in the Saros lore. Yeah, dude, it is Lovecraft.
Yes.
It's Lovecraft
It's
all
so
over.
good. It's so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've been on a huge Lovecraft kick
So
lately.
good,
Just like
man.
because I missed a lot of movies from the 80s and stuff or early 90s that had a lot of those themes that, with all the thing aesthetics. And so I've been digging back through every night after everybody goes to sleep, just turning it on,
Yeah.
And not only that, but you talking about the Yellow King. I don't know if any of y'all watch From. But From's this horror show that's on MGM right now, and they introduced a character this season, a man in yellow, and it's very like I'm like, oh wait, where are the threads of this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, this sounds cool.
Did you look at what he looks like, Lego?
I just did, yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He looks gnarly.
It's so sick.
He looks gnarly. Like the design is really cool. There's some really interesting boss fights throughout that entire game. Like the Cthulhu fight's great. There's one where you're facing there's a biome in which you have to turn on bells. And the boss fight turns into this like specter that is splits itself into three, and in order to disappear the other ones you have to the priestess, you have to hop onto different platforms and hit the bells in order to like delete a version of her from the space. It's just so cool. It's just such a good game. The weapons are cool. I'm not so into the story portion of it, but I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Lovecraft, but like it's it's been pretty fun to play, and that led me to so there's this game called Sektori, which is from some developers who used to work for Housemarque, and it is a twin stick arcadey bullet hell game. And I was telling Tony about it. That has been the game that I've been playing offline because I would be slack-jawed, mouth agape, drool coming out like of my mouth and eyes, just not saying anything to chat because it is pretty addicting in just the moment-to-moment battle of it. It's a lot of fun. Sektori, Sektori, if you're interested in looking that up. It's like it's under $20. It's under $20. It's like a really good price point for a game that's exactly like that. It's solid. It's a really solid game. But
hard-hitting techno music, huh?
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, brother. Like that. That is.
I mean, that sounds like Dan's alley.
It is 4 on the floor coming straight at you. It's great. It's so good. But yeah, other than that, nothing but much has been crazy. Played some Destiny today, helped a lot of people in Destiny.
Wonderful.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Till the wheels fall off,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, with all of that, let's start talking about some games. So, I know Tiddly hasn't been here the past couple of weeks. Tony and Lego, what are all your guys' feelings about Destiny 2 coming to an end? How are you guys feeling? How is this? What is your outlook going forward for the game? I know there's a huge push for Destiny 3 and everything like that. And that's the end of my question. I do a really bad job of just not ending on a question.
Lego's first this time. I went first last time.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Oh man, I get emotional like just hearing you ask the question because I haven't really like answered it in this setting yet.
Yeah.
I've been so busy with life and stuff, and it's like, but yet it has reignited my like desire to come back and just know life Destiny, and so. Yeah, it's a weird place to be to have the passion so high, which I think a lot of us feel right now, and yet the response corporately is no.
Yeah.
And so in some ways it's like for years we have known, like at least I felt it in my bones that like a D3 like had to happen for this to continue, or like the way that D2 was handled needed to change, you know, with new players being able to come in and stuff like that. And so it's like a part of me is like, this, like, for this evolution to happen, this terrible time has to happen, and I don't want that to happen. But like something has to change to make D3 happen. If it ever does, and I still don't know that it will, and my hope is that it will, because like there's just the community around it is. I know from the outside you get a lot of like, oh, Destiny community is the worst, blah blah blah, but like this group here is just proof that like all you people are just like incredible. And like everybody that I've talked to, all my friends coming back, they're like, I can't wait to jump in June 9th. I'm like, yes, be there with me. Like, let's do that. Like, let's show people care about this game. Still, not just people. Let's show the corporate world that we care about this game still. And yeah, and for me personally, like there's still, I think Grenadier Jake actually mentioned this earlier on Twitter today, like you come back to Destiny after not being there for a really long time and just nothing hits like it. You're like, the gunplay is phenomenal. And
true.
yeah, it's like, where else can you get something like that? Even to a degree, like even Marathon, like made by the same company. Like I love my time in Marathon, and it's gonna probably be like PUBG for me, where I jump in between seasons of doing other things and then go back to whatever else. But like Destiny, still, even hearing that they're not gonna update it anymore, it still feels like home. Like I haven't hit that transition period yet personally, where like I'm not, and also like I'm not gonna continue doing any other YouTube stuff. I think like I will just like I'll do some more Destiny content if you know the people are interested in that, and if I find new stuff I'll keep talking about it. But I don't like, that's the reason that I talked about games at all to begin with. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't for Destiny, and I'm not really interested in doing it for anything else. So other than to like be with my friends, be with y'all, you know, go and join and do new stuff in that way. And I'm sure that'll change as life goes on, but that's just where I'm at currently. I'm just like, I even this update that's coming this week, it's like such a goodbye letter that like it's you don't really want to stop. Like, this is so cool. All this stuff is so cool. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. This is the way I wanted it to be. And so, yeah, that's how I'm feeling about it. I think a good summary.
Yeah. And I'll spring off of that last part right there. You know, we're getting such a substantial update, right? And you said it, you know, this is how things were supposed to be in so many different ways. I mean, at the very least, we're getting so much like quality of life stuff, but also just so much stuff that we've asked for. Just, you know, an example is we're getting Twilight Garrison, right? We're not getting the actual exotic, but you're going to be able to use thruster in the air on Arc, and I guess also on Prismatic Titan, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes, because thruster's on there. Yeah.
I just didn't know whether it was going to be isolated to that particular, but I guess if its core is the actual ability itself, then yeah. But you know, just so many different things. I've been asking for. I think they may have given me every hand cannon I've ever asked for. Every hand cannon I've ever asked for. I think they might have literally given it to me. Like me. You know, we're getting Apocal integration back. I'm getting a new Dire Promise back. You know me? Like I'm getting spare rations. Those last two are both gonna be lightweight, and the Dire Promise arc is gonna be 150.
Merc
like,
just had a post-it note with your name and all the weapons that you wanted.
Seriously.
What we need to add now?
And on that post-it note is the date he last mentioned it.
Also, that last word, they're buffing last word only on M&K. That's what I play. That's what I've been asking for, you know? Oh man, dude. Yeah, I think my wish list like leaked, and I just feel like you know, obviously I know it wasn't just me. I just feel like it's a love letter, you know, to this community, but it's also one that they were working on without knowing that it was going to be the final one. So it was a new. It was you know, they're working on a new era for us. You know, they got that new CEO and they said, hey, we are actually, we're going to do this now. You know, we were being held back by Classic Car Guy, and now we're going to do this the way that we wanted to do it. You guys wanted it, but we wanted to provide it for you the whole time, you know?
Right.
And so we're finally gonna do it, but now, like corporate wants to step in, and I've been playing so many different games recently, and I'm okay with games ending. I'm okay with games ending. I've been playing live service games for a long time. I've been a Destiny main for a long time, and only recently do I feel like I've kind of come to that conclusion for myself. I'm okay with games ending. I'm not okay, honestly, with Destiny ending at all. At all. I'm okay with any other game ending, but I'm not okay with Destiny ending, especially without something. I've always played Destiny. I can't. It's to the point where I can't imagine not playing Destiny at some point throughout my week. You feel me? I don't know if that's just me or not, but like I just can't. And I don't see that as pathetic. I don't see that as sad. I see that as this game is such a big part of my life. The people, that I play it with are such a big part of my life. And I just can't imagine next year where I won't have the ability, the privilege to be able to come back and play with my friends, because some of us will be playing it, a lot of us won't. You're right. And it's always been there for me for the last like decade, where I play something, I don't want to come back, my peoples are there. June 9th, Tuesday, everybody's gonna be there.
Right.
And I think a large part for me is just trying to stay mindful, trying to stay like grateful for what we've had, and to just make the most out of this run for however long it's gonna provide for us. But the people is what that's the biggest reason why I wanted to just keep going. Those experiences, man, I can't replace them. I can't replace them. I never want to. So
Tiddly, how are you feeling, buddy?
So it's so funny because I feel like my friends who don't stream Destiny are worried about me. They're like, "Are you going to be okay? Like your main game is gone." And then I thought about it, and I'm like, actually, I feel like I've been a variety streamer for 2 years now.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting because I feel like, and this is just purely from sort of like the content creator perspective, because I think a lot of Destiny was kind of this beautiful big game that went on for such a long time. And so many content creators cut their teeth, made their careers on this game, which is incredibly unusual in the gaming market, I think. So everyone's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Your main thing is going on." I'm like, well, actually, I've kind of moved onto other things, and I've been doing other things for a while now. So, so that softens it a little bit for me, at least from the content creator's perspective. And I think probably a lot of people also agree that, especially, the end of the 10-year saga, a lot of people tried other things after that. Like there was kind of a fall off. So that being said, emotionally, I am feeling, I don't know, I feel like it's bittersweet for me. I'm feeling a little bit wistful. I mean, there's a little bit of sadness connected to sort of this epic in my life that is concluding. And I think it's mostly connected to sort of all of the experiences that I've had with people, right? I did a raid-a-thon with Jason Iperton. I've done that with him for a few years now. Yeah. And it was just it felt like this incredible capstone to sort of my experience, because I got to play with Leopard, who I've been friends with for so long, but like literally followed him when he was streaming Fortnite. Because he went Destiny, then he went to Fortnite, and then he went back to Destiny, right? But he used to do this thing called Sunday Squads, where he would pull people from the chat to play with him, and I never got to squad with him. So like literally, we've known each other. I met him at Guardian Con. I've known him for so long, and I never got to play with him. So I finally got to play with him, and it was just like an absolute treat. And also Gump, who you guys probably know too, who I've hung out. Yeah, she started streaming again recently, and she's lovely. And so we've been. She is. We've hung out before in Guardian Con. We've roomed together, and so it was just this cool. And then a couple new people too that I hadn't played with before. But I was in the tower, and I was like looking around, and I was like, oh, this is so lovely. Like I had a moment of like, oh my God, what a wonderful way to kind of wrap this up for me, at least, to like play with these people that I really care about, right? But I think that kind of similarly to you guys, it's just a game that has pulled together people, right? That
Mhm.
like with the fire teams, with the connections, it's always been a game that I like playing with other people. And so the community is really the biggest piece that feels like the loss, right? Because I at this point, it doesn't really feel like there's any game out there that is gathering people in the way that Destiny gathered people. And that is definitely a loss. But then I think about it and I'm like, on the other hand, I have so many moderators. I have so many community members. I have so many friends. Maybe we're playing other games. Maybe I'm rotating my games more so I can play with people and there isn't one that's gathering everybody together. But those friendships don't end because we're not playing Destiny together
Right.
anymore. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing that we were able to have this experience with each other, that we can maintain these friendships, and that and then also I have time to play other games now too.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. So like for me, it's bittersweet. Like there's a lot of there's some sadness, there's some wistfulness, but there's also a lot of sweetness connected to the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Epic Dan, you spoke to that, like lost the community a couple weeks back. And like, that does seem like it's going to be like,
That's the big one.
yeah.
Yeah, the community for sure. I don't know any game that I've played that's gathered people together in the way that Destiny and Destiny 2 did. So
Yeah.
What's so weird about that is that over the seasons, we have kind of lost a little bit of that in Destiny in terms of like how much, and not saying bad or good, I'm just saying it is like a fact that we do a lot more solo. There's a lot more solo things.
Yeah.
We stopped being assigned to join other players on planets and stuff. Whenever you come into an event, you're just like there by yourself a lot of times. And then in this update, it's one of the other things that like we've been craving is like, hey, we're gonna make sure that when y'all are joining a space that other guardians are there with, like when these public event things happen, there's gonna be other people there. And that's been missing. Like we've gone so far down the solo path, and I am saying this as somebody who loves playing solo. Like I play most marathons solo. Like I am just like that
the
is
first thing I thought of. I was just like, I know this dude ain't talking about like people playing solo, bro.
yeah, but at the same time, like that's what drew me to make friends in Destiny, was having to go get friends to play trials with, because you couldn't just play trials. You had to get friends to play with. And now, towards the end, that's a whole other conversation, but like towards the end of this game, you can say that now, I guess we have made trials where it's this thing where it's actually hurting you to go and grab people to play with, because that's the harder difficulty way to play trials. When it
interesting.
was used to be a fun, like stretch yourself, go meet somebody and go like the amount of times that I met people that turned out to have my similar life circumstance. And you can relate to this in raids too, where it's just like, oh man, like those nights, like I'll never forget some of those conversations where like just this kid in the background of somebody's mic was playing this song that was like, I know that baby toy, like I have that one in my room. So yeah, it's just I wish we would have moved more in that direction and connected us more, and we are still connected. We're talking and connected, but that was what made the game special,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
My screen's getting blurry again.
Oh no.
My screen. No.
I'm going to have to return this monitor.
But
Oh my goodness.
So over the past couple weeks, we've received quite a few. Like last week, we received three like major updates. We got the 2 developer articles, and then on top of that, the TWID. What are your guys' thoughts on how that's going to shake out into like the final meta for Destiny 2? Be that like the weapons that changes, be that like some of the things that we're going to be, some of the activities that we're going to be getting. What are your thoughts?
None of it matters when you can one shot with Nighthawk right now.
Yeah.
Oh, can you really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Am I the only one that knows about this?
No,
What
somebody
is this?
somebody
What
in my
is
chat mentioned somebody
So
in my chat
Howl of the
mentioned this earlier.
Storm and Nighthawk is
Who
one
we
shotting all
one-shotting?
bosses.
Oh yeah, no, I
If you
saw
can do
that. I
the house
retweeted
run.
that. Yeah, I retweeted that. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
It just it's been around for a while, but it's starting to
Make its rounds.
make its rounds on
Mhm.
the socials. It kind of, it's interesting because is it possible for them to put out a patch for it before Tuesday? And that's what people are asking right now, because if they can't, Pantheon drops with this, it instantly nullifies any difficulty that Pantheon, at least within the first 24 hours, is going to offer. And some people, obviously, which probably doesn't reign true, but people are assuming, because technically Bungie is stopping
Active
production
development.
for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, active development. If it doesn't get patched in this next update, they're really done. I don't think that's the case. They already said that for outliers, they're still going to address it, but maybe not with the same speed that they have been accustomed to. And that's going to be very unfortunate, because we have a lot of really interesting changes to the sandbox as far as weapons, abilities. But this one's going to fall through the cracks, and now it's like just do a Titan Howlstorm one shot.
For at least the foreseeable, right? They're not just going to drop something like this out with so many changes and then just be like, "Oh crap, we're just going to like step back now." There's going to be,
well, they can't, because you can't leave this in the game. You can't.
Exactly right. So it'll be
if they were
something
going to like just put hands off for a little while, they now can't, because it's the weekend now, so they can't really do anything about it until Monday. So it's like, do you have the bandwidth?
Fingers crossed, it's already in there.
To handle this within the next 24 hours before you come back into work the next morning? Like,
just disable hunters altogether. We'll be fine.
I mean, it's not technically hunters.
I'm not playing a hunter.
It's Titans. Titans are the issue.
Let's not get like heretical here, okay?
Of how
this is heresy of the highest order.
Wow. As a Titan main, I have to object.
Titans.
Let's not do anything hasty, all right? By disabling an entire character.
No, just disable the aspect Howlstorm, and then it doesn't happen anymore. But then can you do the next 24 hours? I only mention that because like it's a lot of really interesting. The sandbox is going to be very interesting, and it just sucks that it's going to be like, I've seen a lot of people over the weekend trying to like prepare for Pantheon and do a bunch of like, let's damage test this rotation, that rotation. What's going to be good? And then it doesn't matter because you have this. And
if you can steamroll through,
you're going to steamroll.
Yeah.
Like if we saw anything with what people were doing in Pantheon 2 years ago, people were cheesing it by doing the start your skills spam, which wasn't intended, but people could do it because Bungie didn't know you could do that. Same thing. We've always talked about the path of least resistance for players. Why would I, worry about a Pantheon version of Gowrin or Insurrection Prime when I can just do one ability and one Nighthawk and I'm out of there?
That's nuts. Yeah. That I knew that had come up. I didn't know the extent of it because I hadn't seen any of the footage of that. I don't know. Like they say that they have like 71 pages of like
patch notes.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
It's a lot. So like I'm sure like a lot of those things have been on the back burner for a long time, and then now, especially like once they realize that like things were end of life, like they're really having to hunt down these bugs. It would surprise me if they were able to act on that bug as quickly, but like we've seen in the past that they just can disable they just disable
it seems very similar to the handheld supernova chunking.
Yeah.
Which if that's the case, that's something that's just not an easy just turn off unless you said they disable the artifact or the aspect.
Yeah. And I gotta assume as well, if we're talking about something kind of a little bit more long term, I mean, they likely planned enough bandwidth in, the next like 2 weeks to resolve things.
I would hope so, yeah.
Yeah, to resolve things in a similar time frame that they've been able to in the past. I mean, after that 2 weeks, after that month, obviously things are gonna slow down quite a bit, but I'd be very surprised to see that they didn't have some bandwidth in the next like week or two.
Yeah.
I think in one of the long articles in the past week or two, they mentioned a date, June 23rd. I could be wrong, but I remember reading that they said that they were going to be kind of very heavy-handed on making sure Monument of Triumph came out well, but after June 23rd, they were going to start like, I think they were talking about June 23rd, there was going to be no more TWIDs and no more like
Yeah.
Yeah. That was last week.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
Updates. Yeah.
So I would imagine, like you said, if there was anything a time, it would have to be in the next 2 weeks. If they can't do that, then we might. I really don't want Destiny's final update to be overshadowed by this. It's gonna be really sucky if that is. So I hope that they can do it. I would really wish for them to do it before Tuesday. But I don't know. It just seems it reminds me of Handheld Supernova. We talked a lot about the chunking after Equilibrium and how long it took. I don't know.
Yeah.
The caveat to anything that comes after June 23rd, and my heart kind of breaks a little bit, is people's jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
They kind of be, it's going to be like, shit, well, we're not needed anymore. So either, we spoke about this the other week, I had a bit to say, and it was kind of like, okay, all these people were so excited for all this stuff, and now they'll either be moved around, their jobs will change, they'll maybe go somewhere else in Sony, they'll go, Marathon, but the Marathon team's a lot smaller, so there's going to be, layoffs as well, and maybe those conversations have already been had, or people are still freaking out about it. But it's just thinking, like, it'll be in the back of my mind, definitely, in a couple of weeks' time, that when it gets to that stage, it'll be like the, worst day for someone else. So
yeah, it's tough.
Sorry to be a bummer.
No,
it's important.
That's the reality of the situation.
We've talked about it a lot.
Most
We
definitely.
talked about
No,
it.
it keeps getting me, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see here. I actually have a I have this chart here. This is in an Obsidian board, but this is a list of all the studios that have done layoffs in the last year.
That list is so long now.
It is so long. The estimated loss total is 3,300 jobs lost in the games industry this year.
That's crazy.
There have been 13 studios that have been shut down.
I was about to say this year.
Yeah. Going back, like, there's 5,300 in 2025. There's 14,000 in 2024. Like, the industry is bleeding talent, and we've pointed that back to, like, it was really easy to get money during COVID. And it was like were incentivized with all those, like, high interest rate or low interest rates to go and do massive hire sprees, and they can't support those same workers 2 years later. Then what were you doing? And so, yeah, it's it's a big bummer. I'm hoping that like if when there are layoffs, that people are able to land on their feet in a job in the industry that they want to work in.
Yes.
But it's just looking increasingly like that's not going to happen in some regards. Games are tough. Yeah. But they can give CEOs millions. That's everywhere, unfortunately.
That's corporate America. Period.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a CEO. Where's my millions?
I'm sorry.
I'm the only employee of said CEO. But like, come on, dude.
But yeah,
I'll start my own studio. I'll buy Bungie.
Yeah, with all of this, where do you guys? Because we have some PvP minds here. Where do you guys see the final meta shaking out? Just from what we've read so far in the not in the weapons and the abilities and everything.
It's gonna be super interesting. I like, at first there's gonna be so much changed that everybody's gonna sway this way or that. Like, specifically, what comes to mind for me is all the Adagio, like, heavy duty hand cannon stuff that has been running for so long, and then special weapon generation ammo is going to be changing too, coming up, so that you can't just like use. Because I know it's changing for PvE too. Like, we're transitioning to more using primary weapons, but also in the Crucible now, if you use a special weapon, you don't get. It's like 33% less back. if you're using that special weapon. So that's going to change things a lot. And then you've got all these abilities, which brings up Epic Dan's point about like like we were talking about something that just happened that they got a patch for tomorrow, but also there's the idea that like we're introducing so much new stuff in this patch that is like, and then you're just gonna leave it and like not really sure are any of these abilities, like just for example, Child of the Old Gods, gets sent out by a warlock and it's going faster and activates quicker, and that thing is brutal and it's so hard to take out and it's going to be really annoying to play against. So we're like introducing Twilight Garrison all of a sudden again, basically, for free on Titans, and which is going to bring me back to Titan for sure. Like it's going to be really fun. Sorry, Tony. I'm going to be
I've been playing a decent amount of Titan the last couple of years, so we in there together. We in those trenches together.
Yeah, but I'm curious how it's gonna play out. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah. Twilight Garrison, you got shields that like come out and go at you now.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
That looks
stuff,
cool,
but
and you control the detonation on that.
Yeah,
like that's.
I imagine you have to detonate it before the actual like ability timer goes up. But yeah.
So much
people
cool
in
stuff.
Pantheon just playing that, and I'm just going to be dicking around on Titan all night. I'll just be solo, just doing that.
The first thing I always do is, I start up a stream, right at reset, and we just go to private matches for like several hours, and we just test a bunch of. The first thing I'm testing, most definitely, I gotta see what that double Nova Bomb looks like. I got to see.
Yeah.
I got to see. To go back to what you were saying or your question, is. Can we discern anything about what this forever meta is going to look like? And I think it's tougher when it comes to weapons. I think that the sheer number of like 140 and now 150 hand cannons that they're introducing, I mean, it's got to end up dissolving into quite a bit of like a hand cannon meta, in my opinion. But there's just so many different weapon changes. I'd have to defer to Lego on that if he sees something else, because I haven't gone through the weapons as much. What I will say before that is that the abilities I feel like are much more clear. We're gonna see a lot of Titans. We're gonna see the Voidwalker. They just keep on buffing the crap out of Voidwalker every single time. Voidwalker is going to remain strong. Period. It's going to remain strong. I think Golden Gun is going to, continue to be well represented. I don't know why we can't do something for Arcstrider, but whatever.
Right.
Nightstalker, I think it will all depend on, honestly, because the low-hanging fruit for Nightstalker provokes, the low ceiling, the low floor for that, the accessibility for that is always going to be in the invis, right? And so it's getting another invis nerf. If I remember correctly, to make invis a little bit easier to see, which
more
I'm
opaque.
excited about that.
They said that.
I'm excited
last
about that.
time. We'll have to see what that looks like, because they said it last time, and they did make a change last time. And I'm not, there's no judgment for me. I don't really care either way. But I think Nightstalker will depend upon that, at least on the low, like the skill floor side of things, accessibility side of things. But I think people, there's a lot of disciples of Nightstalker. I think that'll continue to be well represented in the meta, especially at the higher end, right, where radar manipulation becomes kind of a chess match. So I think the abilities are a little bit clearer, what we're in for this forever meta. But I don't know, weapons, man, like what are your thoughts?
Man, you just went through so much stuff though that the invis thing, I feel like that was huge. Like I feel like it could be, but like you said, it might not be, which I do hope they kind of go all out on it, because it's been so long that Nightstalkers have, and I'm a Nightstalker, like that's me, like that's been me. But I want to see it like be more of a cat and mouse game more than a like just you literally can't see me game.
I'm hoping it changes, and I'll let you get back to it. I hope it changes in a way that we don't expect it to, and I hope it opens up like a new dimension to the playstyle of it, right? Like I just hope it looks that much different to that degree. So
did we get a preview of it in the article, in the Dev Insights abilities and armor preview article?
I don't think so.
They didn't show it.
Okay.
No, they didn't show it. What they showed was the new thrust forward double slice like melee type thing,
which look cool too.
Yeah, definitely.
Really cool.
It's a wombo combo tool. It's gonna be Trapper's Ambush dive into that, by the way.
Yeah, the Phantom Surge.
Yeah,
is what they call that. Yep.
All this stuff looks so cool. No, you're good. I want to hear it. And also what you were saying about weapons though, and like it's hard to say with everything that's being introduced. We also don't know like, yes, raid weapons coming back. Yes, craftable weapons going to be big. I know I can't remember the new term for it, but basically tier 5,
Yeah.
power level for everything. And then you've also got, they mentioned this, but they haven't like specified what all it is, that the return of like destination weapons, not
Yeah?
just craftable, but
Mm.
uncraftable, like reprised with new perks and all this stuff. And they gave the 7 Seraph weapons and some of the other destination stuff, but they didn't preview all of them. So we don't
Yeah.
know,
No.
like what if they bring like Arantel back, or like, all these crazy things that you're not used to seeing that were super strong in the meta. Like anything could happen here.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get my hopes up too high, but just the fact that we don't know what perks are going to be on all these old weapons,
Yeah.
that can change everything. Perfect example being Adagio coming back on the Trials hand cannon and just ruling the meta for a little while, So
Yeah.
we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm just curious about Epic Dan's part about like, well, if something does become oppressive, like think back to D1, you leave D1 with sticky nades, one shots, and what was the other thing that was, and we
Sidearms.
had
Sidearms.
and
Yep.
pickup crates. We had special
That's
ammo
right.
crates was the
They
only
just-
way,
yeah.
and that's how it was left. And we were like,
Yeah.
what?
Yep.
So yeah,
That's
I'm
my
curious
theory.
what
You're
happens with
absolutely
that.
right. Something's gonna happen, which it always does when we have like some big patch. Something falls through the cracks. Somebody might figure it out in the first hour, might figure it out in the first week. It's just this would be the first time that one of those things happen and we don't have a understood timeline of like sooner or later we know they're going to touch it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like it'll be interesting.
It'd be interesting, but the sheer size of this update, I am optimistic. That something goes crazy. The first week, the second week, something's going to usurp it, or something's going to counter it the third week. There's just
Mhm.
Yeah.
so much, and so I think that from a content creator perspective, I think people are just like, oh man, I think Paul Tassi said something like 2 months. 2 months. I think we're still going to be discovering things, honestly, for the next
Yeah.
better part of 6 months. Because
That would be a
oftentimes
good thing. Yeah.
it really takes like really just like digging into all levels of play, with new changes, and there's just the sheer size of this patch is just insane. I think it's going to last for a good amount of time. So content creators
Yeah.
rejoice one last time.
I agree.
Yeah.
That 3 to 6 month period is like my favorite time to dig into stuff.
It is.
It's like
It is.
the initial
that's when
hype.
the nuance drops.
Yeah,
That's when the nuance
exactly.
drops. It's
Yes.
beautiful. It's beautiful. That's when all the little Easter eggs come out, the little mini games come out, like all that surface stuff kind of falls to the side. And that's when like creators like myself and Lego, that's when we just start
Yeah.
eating, man. That's
Start
when
digging
people
through
come into my
that's where we
stream and they're
jam.
just like, hey, what do you think about this? I'm just like, well, did you know? This is crazy. Check this out, So yeah, no, I love it. That's my perfect period as well.
I'm curious. I got a question for all of you. Like,
Sure.
this is a little bit broader. Maybe it's more broad than a meta question. But out of all the stuff that they've announced that they're bringing back, you got SLR. You got the Sparrow Racing League. You've got the Director, Return of the Director. You've got in the raids bosses, Galran. All these people we haven't seen in forever. Is there any weapon, place, raid boss thing they changed that you are most excited about seeing return?
Oof.
I feel like the easy answer are the raids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've always been
Yeah.
interested in. I don't like. They haven't announced the one I wanted most, which is Spire of Stars, because I think that's
Oh yeah, you love
Even-
Spire.
even including Riven and Last Wish. I've always found Spire to be as equally satisfying, the final
Mhm.
boss,
Yeah, complicated.
while
and
also
fun.
being
Yeah.
as mechanically difficult.
Mhm.
I'm really interested, at least in the ones that they've announced, in seeing how they have chosen to reimagine Spire, or I'm not even gonna say Spire, Callus and Argos specifically, because those raids were during a time when it was double primaries, shotguns were in like heavy slots. You had like one heavy shot every time, just in a totally different area.
Yeah,
Of
different
the game.
sandbox. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Mhm.
And though I feel like those raids would have been more satisfying long term if they were in a more interesting meta, interesting sandbox. So now that we have
point.
all these years of sandboxes, I'm really curious what they feel is a appropriate reimagining of it. Because some of the mechanics were very simplistic, but seeing what they've done to Vault of Glass, seeing what they've done to King's Fall, seeing what they've done to all these old raids that were very simple but difficult at that time, but they're very simple and complex, and they're very simple in the complexness in comparison to what we have now. I'm really interested in what the raid and dungeon team chose to do. So, but I feel like that's just easy to answer, just raids.
Don't mind Dan. He's just like.
I know. Are you getting your generator going?
His desk
That's
up.
how he keeps.
Normally he mutes
going,
when he's like churning the butter.
But he's cranking it. He would crank it the desk.
Yeah.
He's
just turning the butter.
For listeners, Danton's camera is just getting higher and higher. He's just pumping his desk up.
I couldn't figure
Well, now
it out.
I have to include this in the episode now. I can't just edit it out.
Yeah.
Because that was too funny.
You could.
We've had this discussion where when I was getting my standing desk and I went like automatic, and he prided himself on having a manual crank system for his.
This arm is really strong.
Satisfying. Yeah,
this arm's really strong.
He's just got one arm that's like really buff, and then the other one is standard.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to
I really thought
it
it was like The Last of Us. Like,
no, it's an
when you
earthquake.
Pump the generator. You start it up.
That's what I'm saying. He's powering the room back up. Otherwise, the stream was about to drop.
That's how I keep OBS running. Actually,
I'm like, is that sound my air conditioner? Like,
they
didn't hear the stream. You just learn to ignore it. He cranks enough on streams.
I crank enough.
That's not TOS.
Not at all.
Oh, real quick, I gotta bounce off of Epic Dan's answer here because as a not Raider guy, I only got to do Galran one time, and I never even did. And I know, and it was so fun, and I got consumed by PvP and then just hadn't gone back to it because there wasn't a fusion rifle in there, let's be real. But but the other one though, we saw that Scourge of the Past, wasn't there some Scourge of the Past weapons that we saw in some of the
but they're not tied to the raid. That's what I found very interesting.
Are they not? Like, are we sure that we're not gonna get a Scourge of the Past boss in there?
It's interesting because historically, anytime they've done raid stuff, at least with Pantheon, they showed us all the raids ahead of time. All of the raid bosses. None of them were like a surprise. Maybe right before that week came out, it was a surprise, but they finally told us this is what you're doing next. We weren't surprised from what I remember.
Do you know what'd be really fun?
What?
Is if the next like 2-3 weeks, it's like the standard, like what they've said, but then they just chuck in an encounter from Scourge. Or they chuck in an encounter from Spire.
There's a couple encounters that people are hoping
They don't tell us.
Dreaming City-esque type reveal. That'd be incredible.
Exactly.
That's what people are.
They just don't tell us, so we just jump in and we're like, "What the fuck?"
That's what people are assuming the Saturday version of the raid is, because the version that we're getting Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, is just the one that they showed with like Gowrin, Callus.
We get like
Argos.
2 activities. We get 2 activities on Tuesday that are Pantheon centric, and then Saturday
we get the full one.
Yes, we get the full.
So maybe they're
boss rush
saving
thing.
it for that.
Yeah.
Does anyone need a sift?
But
I'll take one.
I got you, Vana. But to answer Lego's question, all of the weapons that they showed us in regards to the Black Army weapons, those were not, if I'm not mistaken, I think No Feelings might be the only one. None of those are raid weapons.
Right. Those are from the Black Army.
Raid weapons. Those are Black Army Forge weapons.
Oh,
now those are still great, but No Feelings, Tatara's Gaze, the fusion rifle, whatever that was, I can't remember the name of it. Those were tied to the Black Army Forges. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Never used.
It's very famous for me because it has the perk opening shot on it, and it's the only one that has it. But it only counts for the first bolt and not the rest of the perks.
Are you serious? That's crazy. What a
But they
troll.
do say that most of them are coming back. That a lot of the Black Armory weapons are coming back. Bungie's like Destiny 2 team did respond, but someone asked them and they just said yes. So you can take what you want from the answer of them being yes.
Right.
So, but it isn't tied to the raid; it's tied to arena ops, which I found interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Temper Dynamo.
Timber Dynamo.
Yeah, Timber Dynamo.
Anybody else have a favorite thing though that's coming back? I'm curious.
Oh man, like Dan
I'm so
said,
overwhelmed.
raids are very easy. Like kind of honing in a little bit deeper on that is like the possibility of tier 5 loot from Garden of Salvation. That entire suite is like one of my favorite weapon sets in all of the game. And just like to see that kind of getting some love, like Reckless Oracle is going to be fun again. There's just going to be a lot that's really good. So what?
I knew he was gonna say.
You knew I was gonna say it.
No. Look
No,
at
I'm in chat.
He's talking
Sorry.
about the award, man. He's either gonna say it out loud or he's gonna put it in the chat. One of the two. I was waiting for it. And
You knew.
It popped up
You
as
knew.
soon- yeah, it popped up as soon as I expected it, and it made me giggle.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be rocking it. It's gonna be fun. The only thing that I'm a little upset about is that there's no talk about love for glaives and anything.
You'll be fine.
No, I don't know
Oh
about that.
no, we're so sad about
I'm right
that.
there
I don't know.
with you, Dan.
Oh,
no.
Look. I'm gonna give you a little tip here. Like we were talking about it when I was reading through
Tip of
the
a glaive?
abilities.
Oh wait,
I was
Sorry.
talking about. Oh, go ahead.
no, sorry, I just ADHD moment. Aren't the class glaives getting catalysts?
Oh
Yeah,
they're
because
they're
they're
all getting
exotics.
Yeah.
So
So
Maybe there
it
is
should-
Yeah,
hope.
so there's your glaive news. Sorry, Tony. Like,
No. It's okay. Yeah. I mean, mine is just kind of like a theory craft, right? Like no backup plans are getting adjusted to be able to work with melees along with shotguns, right?
Yep.
If that melee ends up, if a glaive melee ends up counting as a melee, no backup plans plus banner shield. I think there was something else that we added on top of it. It might get kind of crazy. Just add that to that build, man. Like
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but you just never know the interactions, man. If that ends up happening, that's gonna be a problem. Glaive just got
what's
like a
that void
crazy buff.
shotgun from like 2 years ago from that like puzzle
Slayer
thing.
thing.
Yeah, that works really well. Backups, don't it?
Mm,
Backup
yeah.
plans.
Look,
I mean, it's not as good as his Acreus with it, but
if anybody knows anything about me, it's that I love stabbing stuff. And so
Just started stabbing.
just started
Yeah.
stabbing.
I just started stabbing.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun.
We'll see.
Well, hopefully.
Hopefully not. What? No, I just said no. Hopefully not.
Hopefully.
No, you said the wrong thing. Hopefully not.
Did I say the wrong thing?
You said the wrong thing. We'll see.
All right. Anyways, moving on from there. It's also getting very hot in this room, and we do not have
Okay.
central air conditioning, so
Oh no.
Just crank it, just crank it.
Yikes.
you're just gonna watch
Just
me
crank it.
melt like throughout the rest of the
Don't
show.
melt.
So anybody else have anything else to add before we like start launching into like the Dev Insights articles?
Just one quick thing. I'm really excited about Eater of Worlds because I know it's an unpopular opinion, but
Ooh,
the
no, I don't think that's unpopular at all.
but I feel like the raid layers were really kind of like a lot of people were like, oh, the raid layers are so dumb. But I loved Argos. That was such a fun. That boss encounter was so fun. I'm so excited about it.
Agreed.
I think,
Yeah.
I think that is an underrated, like, beautiful raid.
I
really do.
just love the room. I love the
Yeah.
fight. I feel like having like the job assignments and the different plates was really fun with the team. I'm just excited to get in there. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah.
I
They
saw
just
that.
made
I
the
saw
crowd
that in the
sorry.
preview, and I was like, "Oh my god, Argos, hello!"
Yeah, I think that was
Their
the
bosses
only
are
like
really
day
good.
one raid that I got like locked in within like the
yeah.
24 hours. It was a shorter raid, so it's not. I'm not
Yeah, they're
mentioning it
layered,
like
yeah,
it's
'cause
some
it's a
sort of
little shorter.
achievement or something like that. But I'm just saying it's like the only one I got done 24 hours, and I actually very much enjoyed that.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
a lot
those
of
are good
nostalgia around it.
raids.
So excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
So
I
excited.
stumbled upon a clip of that the other day where me and a bunch of goofballs just used caster swords against Argos. And so like it's it's just like discs just flying out at him from a distance, and all of us being like, "Is this actually gonna work?" And we got him down. It was very stupid. It was
amazing,
very fun.
amazing.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
fun.
like shooting off his little turrets and like the
Yeah.
animation when he like unfolds at the very beginning.
Mhm.
Like the whole thing. It's just really fun. It's a fun. It's
That's
fun
why I want to
and
see them
fun.
come back because, like
Yeah.
everyone said, I know even Bono was talking about it.
Mhm.
Those raids only suffer from being over too quick.
Mhm.
That's all.
They're
Like,
too short. You think that's
they're
why the
just too
community
short.
because they weren't very well received. I think like originally
well, the
when they came
problem
out.
with those raids is
Yeah.
like even Spire. Like whenever anyone talks about Eater, they always talk about how it's over before you can start really enjoying it
Mhm.
because
Right.
you aren't
That's-
really in a raid situation until
Yeah.
you get to Argos.
Yeah.
And then you have a very fantastic experience
Yeah.
doing phase 1, phase 2, and then before you know it, well, raid complete. You're out of there in 15, 20 minutes. Same
Right.
thing with Spire and same thing with Gowron, where you're pretty much
Mhm.
not doing anything for 20 minutes and then you fight a boss. Which is
Yeah.
why I'm really
Yeah.
interested in all those coming back in Pantheon
Mhm.
because we get the best of those raids, but in the
Yeah.
current sandbox,
Mhm.
and it's just going to be, I can't see them being bad. They just
Yeah.
were raids that were in a not so great time
Mhm.
of the game's life cycle.
Yeah, and especially with this the raid test team at Bungie right now too.
Yep.
It's got to be like, I mean, it feels like that's the highest like skill level, experience level raid test team that we've had. That's what it feels like. And everything that they've put forward, so far that's gone through that team has been pretty mechanically sound
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
challenging. So I gotta imagine that if it came through initially as kind of like simple and straightforward, it was going right back
Yep.
with some notes. So yeah, I agree. I'm optimistic.
The Suck Room in Callus is going to be
Oh, that's
fun to go back
Suck
to.
Room, yeah.
That will be
getting-
fun.
Oh my
Yeah.
Getting all
goodness.
the
Oh my
skull
goodness.
sacks.
Trying to explain that to people when you're teaching us.
Trying to
It's
explain it to
sucked.
people now is very weird because
I
people
know,
are like,
it's like,
"What are you
There's
talking
a
about?"
There's a big nether realm with Callus's head, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna get sucked. So you have to make sure you find like little pieces of like stones
Yeah.
so
And
you
And it's
don't
like
get sucked.
randomly sucked, right? It's randomly sucked.
Randomly sucked.
Yeah.
Only
So
dangerous
partially true.
territory.
It wasn't technically random, but that's a totally different tangent.
Yeah.
Because you could
Yeah,
force
I
yourself.
get it.
Oh,
in and out.
yeah. Was it kind of along the same lines of Verity, where like depending on your placement in the room?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Depending
Yeah.
on your placement to the
Mm.
room, depending on
Yeah.
how close to Callus you were,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Mhm.
you had a higher chance, things like that. So people
This
like
guy,
after a while you can
encyclopedic knowledge of these raids, bro. Come on,
absolutely.
There's
man.
all-
Stop
It just
flexing.
lives in the back of our heads. We don't know it's there until like we need it, right? Like, what
we'll
else could
remember.
I
We'll
do
be
with my
good.
life if I didn't
Yeah.
have this space taken up?
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Oh, dude, I'm very excited, obviously, for first and second phase of boss for Crown. But I've just remembered there's like a room between the first encounter and first boss encounter where you can't see the floor until you're there, right? Where you're doing the jumping puzzle to get to the boss room of Crown of Sorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see the floor. Oh, you're talking about the little ladders you had to shoot. You had to shoot the 3 crystals to create.
Yeah, that
more
right.
steps.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So you got to get through that. So trying to explain that to people who've never run that is going to be fun as well.
Oh, you're
If
saying
that's a
you're
part of
thinking
it.
they were? I don't think they do that. No,
Yeah.
you're just gonna get dropped into the boss room.
Yeah.
What if Pantheon
Oh, you
is all
reckon?
jumping
We
puzzles?
won't even get that.
No, it's Pantheon. Oh, yeah.
Hold on. I have one question because this should be the easy one right here. Is Riven gonna be back for Pantheon? Is Riven gonna be there?
God,
or
I
is it
hope
just-
so.
I don't
They
think
said,
so.
didn't
don't
they
think so?
say though? Someone was
said
tweeting
something
out
about
whenever
you're
the
gonna have to
Pantheon
bring Riven?
comes out. Yeah, do it legit.
You're gonna have
yeah.
to do it. You're gonna have to do it legit. Now that right there, that's the easy dub for me. I love that's the only raid encounter that I actually like enjoyed teaching and made a point to have. At a certain point in time, I was doing it like once a week or once a month or something like that. I would just teach Riven Legit because people just didn't know it.
Yeah.
Right. Because
I only
she's
teach
been
it
there the
legit
entire
now.
time.
I
It's
hope
so
they
much
do
fun.
Riven early then, because we have so many other raid bosses
Mm,
that I would prefer them to have done. And if this is the last Pantheon, I wouldn't want them to. I don't want to say waste a slot on a boss we've already had,
Yeah.
but I don't mind Riven coming back because Riven's one of the better ones. But we have so many raid bosses that they could take
Yeah.
advantage of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's
Do
so
you
I'm
think-
so
do you-
like
But also, it's going to be a rotation, right? Like, because they said this Pantheon's never ending. Like the rotate, it's going to be on a rotation, and so you want everything in there for the end of Destiny 2 for it to cycle.
oh, if they do
through.
every raid boss, I'm chilling.
That's
would
what I
love
mean.
that.
Yeah,
I'm jealous.
I think that's what they're going to do. It's just
I
going to be on
hope
a
they do that.
rotating
Yeah.
thing, not first week one, obviously.
If they
Yeah.
choose to give us every single raid boss and all like 12 raids in a rotation of like maybe 4 to 6 at a time, shut me up. I got nothing.
Forget
to
about
say. Nah.
Forget about it. Just forget about it.
It's just there's so many that we haven't experienced. Like I would love to see a Pantheon version of Caretaker again, but with like all of the new stuff that we have. But I wouldn't want that over Sanctified Mind, Consecrated Mind, like some of the other raid bosses that didn't get picked. Even Koragos and Witness, like I would love those instead. If we get all of them.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll troll us if we try and cheese Riven? Do you reckon they've set something up?
I hope so.
You can't cheese
I hope
Riven.
so.
No. You couldn't
What
cheese
do you
Riven
mean?
last time.
You can cheese Riven literally right now. What are we
Well, you
talking
Not in Pantheon. No.
He's talking about
No,
Pantheon.
Pantheon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they're like they're saying you're gonna want to do it legit. So does that mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope. I'm right there with you. I hope that they.
I
they
can't
control
see
us.
why they wouldn't just bring Riven back, the Pantheon Riven back like they did last time. That solves their issue.
No.
Yeah.
I think I at least the way that I'm interpreting it is if you actually try to engage with the cheese, then something funny happens.
They're gonna troll us.
Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
troll. They're gonna troll you.
They're gonna
you
lock
know?
mean,
us in a
it-
room and put us back to the beginning of the Pantheon.
You must
Pop
be
goes
talking
the
about
witness.
something different than last time, because last time you just did no damage until you got to the top floor. That's what they think.
We're talking about something different, like some sort of like Easter egg, like to tell
Yeah.
us,
That
hey,
would
we
be
know
funny.
the whole community knows about this cheese right here, like so
A
we're gonna
witness
just
pops up
have a
out of the
little
middle of the
fun.
floor and goes, "No."
Exactly.
I mean, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Witness is
be fun.
unimpressed.
Yeah.
Right. That'd be fun.
All right. Let's we've spent a considerable amount of time
Yeah,
on this.
we did.
So
Yeah.
let's
It's
let's
always
bust
2
through
a.m.
some
We
of the
haven't got to the dogs.
Let's bust
Yeah, we
let's
gotta get
bust
the
through some
documents.
of these
Just gotta
dev articles,
get
shall
the
we?
bullet point highlights. Like,
Yeah.
that's no way you get to it.
Mate, we got Lego and Tony here. Are we supposed to just do bullet points?
We gotta do it. The ability sandbox update. We are getting new subclass abilities. The Titans are getting with the Shieldburst aspect added, and that is the barricade that you push out in order to explode that out into your enemies. That looks pretty cool. Gunslingers are getting Crackshot. You activate your class ability to fire up to 3 scorching shots at targets you've marked. You aim at targets to mark them previous to doing that class ability. That just seems like a cool fantasy thing for hunters, and probably a thing that should have existed in the past. We get Soul Siphon for the Warlock Voidwalker. That is what we've seen in previous videos of them just being able to siphon energy off of a whole bunch of enemies in the space. Speaking of Lovecraftian, and you gain an overshield as you do that with your powered ability. We're getting new stasis shatter grenades that will shatter and track, it seems. And then we get Thread Runner, which is essentially just like a spinning gyro of thread craziness from everything being said there. It just like lashes out at the enemies in the space. Are you guys excited about all of these changes so far, or what is everybody thinking? Are there any
Hard
specific
not to be.
things?
It's they all look so cool. That's like the main reason I'm excited. Not so much for their functionality. Like, yes, like they all look cool, or they all functionally seem cool, but they just are beautiful to look at.
Yeah.
I think the Titan one is definitely super
sound
appealing.
as well. I'll keep on saying it, man. The sound cues are just so crispy, especially for the stasis side of things and the strand side of things. If you just go back and look at those videos and just listen to it, man. Though I don't know, the Foley artistry just goes crazy. The sound effects team did a really good job with those 2 subclasses in general, but it's continued with this. That's the first thing that I noticed, honestly.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And also, I'm curious, like PvP wise, how some of this stuff gonna play out.
Mhm.
Specifically, the ones that like stand out to me is like, how's that gonna work? Is the Void Lovecraftian one with all the threads going out and then pulling that? Like, what is that? How do you even do that? Is it just take forever to do the animation and does a ton of damage, or what does that look like? You know, that one or the Crackshot for Hunter, because it goes third person when it does it, right? So you could use it around corners or something rather than dodging. Use that to actually do some damage and gain a different, like, not get sniped in the face when you go around a ledge. I don't know. Like, I'm curious to see how much damage each one of these things do, because they all look awesome, but it's like, how effective are they?
Yeah, and they did speak to that a little bit. Doing something that I've always kind of been a proponent of is they did talk about a global abilities cooldown nerf, right? So they said that they wanted to keep the abilities potent, but they wanted to reduce their uptime so that it wouldn't overshadow the gunplay and that sort of thing, which has always been something that, like I said, I've been a proponent of. I don't like my abilities watered down. I just want to use them intelligently, and they spoke about that a lot during the 30th anniversary period, right? So yeah, I like the fact that they ended up showing us quite a bit in those like previews, but they really just showed us like what they look like when they're activated, how it ends up feeling, and how seamless, that ends up moving in our gameplay loop.
Right.
For those particular abilities in those particular subclasses. That's something that we're gonna have to discover on our own, and I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, or can be combined with other stuff, like in a sequence. What does it look like?
Yeah.
None of these are for prismatic, right? Like, you have to be in that subclass to use them.
That's what it seems like. You have to be.
Yeah.
You have to be in those. From what they're showing, it is specifically in those subclasses. So it gives them a little bit more identity
I
in
like
that way.
Yeah.
Like, that's good, because that's something that we've been sorely missing in most instances between classes lately. So yeah, it seems like that will help define it. We have a new Nightstalker melee with the Phantom Surge. You dash forward, slashing combatants as you pass through them. Deals significantly increased damage to void debuffed targets and targets marked by On the Prowl. You can generate void overshield for each combatant hit. Defeating at least one combatant grants additional overshield and refunds some melee ability. How are the hunters feeling about that?
I think that is potentially going to be strong, as all hunter stuff usually is, especially on Nightstalker. I mean, the first question that I had is, you're going to be phasing through your enemy. Does that mean that you have iframes now too? Right? Part of that.
That could be really strong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Between iframes and between a wombo combo with the other thing that they changed up Trapper's Ambush a little bit. I have to go back and check to see exactly. You might mention it in a second, but they changed up Trapper's Ambush. But what they didn't, go ahead. How about you tell us what Trapper's Ambush is doing now?
Yeah, so activate your air move to consume your class ability energy and dive to the ground, damaging targets on impact. Damage is greatly increased if striking while you have a positive void status effect. Damaging enemies with this ability heals you, and defeating combatants with this ability grants Devour.
So think about that. Like, you end up Trapper's Ambush before for like the wombo, and then the combo ends up being the dash forward. With that new ability, you end up hitting any targets with that. You get an overshield on top of potentially having Devour. But even if you don't have Devour, if you hit a target, then you ended up getting some regen of your health. And then you're doing damage from the slice through, and also, of course, damage from the Trapper's Ambush, hitting the ground, and that's AoE as well. So, you could hit multiple players. I mean, it's just that wombo combo, I feel like, is going to be strong. Plus, on top of that, it's both of them are movement tech. Right, both of them are movement tech, so it's going to be even more difficult for folks to track you if you're able to chain those very, very like fluid in a fluid manner. So definitely one of the things that I'll be testing like ASAP when I get in there.
Titan Sentinels get changes to the Ward of Dawn. I think everybody's seen the video.
Like so much fun. Oh my God.
Where you can take your ball and go home.
A Titan would say.
What did you say on socials the other day, Dan? What did you say you were going to do to people?
I said I'm definitely going to troll the shit out of everybody that I play with these, because like when you're in the middle of DPS
Exactly.
Pop the bubble up on
Yep.
somebody,
You're
or like
that
toss it on
guy.
somebody. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be pure troll material.
Oh no.
Yep.
Let's hope it's
Just
not a
watch out.
rocket
Well type
meta for damage.
Oh, watch out. Yeah. So with the Word of Dawn, you now create a large protective dome for you and your allies. While inside Word of Dawn, allies gain Void Overshield and increased weapon damage, while targets inside the ward are weakened. The ward's owner also gains increased melee damage while inside and can pick up and throw the ward core to reposition the ward up to 2 times. I believe they said that you can, whenever you toss it, you end up extending the time for that
Oh,
ward.
that's fun. Can you
As
toss
well.
it on its own bubble though? Can you just like refresh it in place?
I don't know.
No, that's a good question.
That is a
That
good
is
question.
I mean,
You
if
can
as
aim.
soon
You
as
can aim
pick
where you
up,
throw
they-
it.
Yeah.
As soon as you
If
pick
you
it
just
up,
threw,
it
if you
should.
just threw it right at your feet, could you just refresh it for your team like over time? I guess
That's-
like because I
We'll
guess a
test
lot
it.
like at least for
Oh,
like
no.
PvE, at least for PvE, like
Oh,
a lot of damage tends to be from a stationary position, like from a well or whatever. So if
Mhm.
you could refresh bubble, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've just seen Matt a Latin chat go, or in Dan's case, cover up Oryx and the witness's chest.
That's if it sticks to other surfaces.
Oh,
You don't
no.
know
Yeah,
if it
it's true.
sticks
Yeah.
to surfaces that
That would
aren't
be so
horizontal.
funny.
I need
You
5
know?
people to come to witness with me
All right.
straight away, please.
We're gonna have to do some testing. We're gonna have to do some
Yeah.
troll testing on
Mhm.
launch. Yep.
I believe they also
I-
made it so that the like if you're using the void wall, with this it doesn't blind anymore, or it doesn't disorient targets anymore.
Are you talking about Word of Dawn? I'm sorry, you talking about Saint
14.
the helm of
Yeah, the Saint 14.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They removed that.
Yeah, they made it so
Where's
they're not disoriented anymore.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
it'll extend the time that the ward lives, and allows you and your allies to take weapons of light outside of the dome.
Outside the bubble. Yeah.
And Crucible, you want to make sure to protect the ward's core, as it serves as the ward's weak point, which is
Yeah.
kind of what we see with the puddle. Oh my god! What am I
Well?
doing? Well, yes. Oh my god!
Radiance, yeah,
Puddle.
with
Yes.
The
sword.
puddle.
Yeah, with
The
sword.
puddle.
Well's pretty hard
Yeah.
to take out though. I'm curious how weak that spot will be, because can you imagine like playing trials or comp with an objective endpoint, and the team instead, like, usually the team would be trying to get their Titan there as quickly as possible to put
Mhm.
that in that bubble, and instead they just throw it onto the
Yeah.
point. So, but the counter to that is you shoot the core, but you have to that's a pretty big distraction. Everybody looks up and then the enemy team swoops in. Like,
Right.
Yeah. Where's it gonna land?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You talked about meta earlier. I feel like that has high potential.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, anytime that Word of Dawn, gets some sort of buff, change, people are always going to be like picking at it immediately to see what they can do in OBJ modes, because it's just like the premier
Absolutely
OBJ.
objective. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
the premier like OBJ ability for most of all the yeah. So that'll be interesting to see. What I think is a nice dynamic there is what you kind of alluded to was you throw it, and then there's nothing as soon as I throw it, there's nothing else for me to do but to rush and just like focus
Yeah.
on taking out the team. So the other team is distracted by what you said, the bubble that's coming in, and they have to kind of account for that trajectory. But then also they know that there's a team that's going to rush in on them
Mhm.
that has no
Yeah.
other focus, no other objective at that point, nothing else to focus on other than, because they can be in the bubble and do whatever they want to do, right? They're not weakened. So, there's just this team that the only objective is rushing me while I'm sitting here tracking this ball that's flying through the air. So interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
Wardlock Broodweaver, the Mind Spun Invocation Threadling Grenade. You hold the grenade input to charge your Threadling Grenade, causing it to weave a Threadling nest at the impact location that repeatedly spawns Threadlings. That just is cool. Like,
It
that's
looks
just
cool.
gonna be
Yeah.
stupid.
It's gonna be fun.
That's
Um,
no problem too.
It's gonna be a problem too, because you can just toss it out
You're like
anywhere.
"Oh, this."
Well-
Is it just going to be chaos in like mayhem in
Yeah.
PvP with all these new
Yeah.
things? What do you think?
Because no matter how they end up trying to adjust ability cooldowns, there's going to be a circumvention. There's just going to be.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
It's going to be a stat thing. It's going to be, you know, paired with a particular exotic that provides some sort of a cooldown. That's going to be something that they didn't catch, and it's going to end up being multiplicative on top of that. You know, not just additive as far as yeah.
Oh my god! Right? Like the game is just going to break. Like we're going to figure it out.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be, man. We got some tinkerers.
Oh my goodness.
There's a whole bunch of balance changes. If any of you guys want to like highlight anything in particular, feel free to before we talk about Armor 3.0 stuff. Was there anything that came out like that was
Frost Armor rework is kind of cool. Melts off one at a time instead of all at once. Each stack gives slightly more damage.
Rampage, similar to how they changed Rampage, right? It doesn't all come off at once. Each stack comes off individually at a time.
Which is good, because I feel like that was kind of... I mean, in PvE, it was still pretty strong. In PvP, I feel like damage resistance abilities specifically like came down pretty heavily on the last few adjustments they did. But having something that will last a little bit longer, even if it isn't as strong, I feel like that would be worth building into at that point. When something goes away so quick, not so much.
Not
exactly.
Some Frost Armor builds.
Yeah, I definitely, exactly. I definitely had some Frost Armor builds that I was just like, this is kind of just not doing anything for me, you know? Because at one point we had that artifact. We might still have it. I'm not sure. We had something that played with Frost Armor, played with the shards, and like I said, I was testing it out, and it just wasn't doing what it needed to do. Versus the amount of damage that I was taking in. Now, what's interesting too, to pair with that, is that we're getting that Frosties change, right? Frosties is getting the additional change that I think as long as you're moving or something like that. So, you know, you're sprinting to get your ability energy with Frosties, right? But now when you sprint or when you move, I can't remember which one it is, but, you know, movement with that exotic is going to provide you Frost Armor, stacks of Frost Armor. So another reason to run Frosties, and another reason to, you know, pair that with Stasis Hunter, right? In order to get some additional benefits via the fragments and artifacts. Aspects.
That's good.
Yeah, that was interesting. I think another cool thing that maybe flew under the radar a little bit was the fact that so many of our aspects are getting more fragments.
More fragments, yeah.
Maybe there might have been one nerf where they took a fragment away after they ended up like buffing or reworking an aspect to be a little bit more potent. But for the most part, you know, anytime they ended up saying, which was several times, that an aspect was going to get a change to the amount of fragments that you were able to equip with that aspect equipped, went up by 1. So, for example, I think it was Icarus Dash is getting increased fragment slot from 2 to 3. Stormcaller is getting Lightning Surge, is getting increased fragment slots from 2 to 3, et cetera, et cetera. So
that's big. Yeah.
I think the scary one, honestly, is Shadebinder. Shadebinder. Not only does Frost Pulse, the aspect, grant 5 stacks of Frost Armor if this ability freezes the target. Like, when do I not die when somebody freezes me with a Rift? Like, anyway, you know? I get frozen with a Rift by Frost Pulse, they just melee me, I'm dead. But now on top of that, even if they end up making a mistake and not coming for me immediately just to melee me, to kill me with just a simple melee, they're going to have Frost Armor now. I think is it max stacks? Hold on, let me see that. Listen, now grants 5 stacks of Frost Armor if the ability freezes the target. Like, when does it not freeze? I'm dead.
Yep. Right. You're like, that's gonna kill me. I'm gonna hate that.
Bro, I'm dead. You know, like,
something that I forgot about here, they touch on supers. They said they reduced super energy generation from dealing damage to bosses by 60%.
Yes, that was huge for PvE,
stating that with the changes in super generation and the super stat and Edge of Fate, the boss damage meta shifted hard into super spam.
Absolutely,
it became possible to cast more than 6 supers in a single boss damage phase, which isn't the place we wanted supers to live. We worked with our internal raid and dungeon test group to refine super generation to a healthier place. Supers remain incredibly effective for boss damage, but Guardians will now need to think more about their weapons and other abilities to make the most of the damage phase.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rocket bubble motor.
We're back, baby.
Gray Fox says so back to Outbreak.
Outbreak got nerfed.
I love Outbreak.
Outbreak did get nerfed. Yeah.
Well, and Outbreak was about Super Gen too. Sorry to talk over, but wasn't it about Super Generation also? So if you're nerfing supers, then it's not gonna be as effective then, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Dan.
No, it'll still be effective because of it just being one of the best primary
exotics.
weapons.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it doesn't allow you to double dip into
The super gen.
generating a lot of super
Yeah,
while
exactly.
also still pumping out very respectable
Exactly.
DPS. The one that probably gets nerfed honestly harder is Finality's Augur.
Mhm.
Since
Oh.
that was what a lot of people used it because of it being able to generate a lot of super energy.
Super. Yeah.
And that's what
Mhm.
made it so beneficial. But it was also really good passive damage when tied with double
Yeah.
rocket pulses.
Right.
So
Right.
Mhm.
I'm really curious how that entire loadout is going to work post Tuesday because all the reasons to use it is getting nerfed. Like
Exactly.
60% super energy nerfed, 35% boss damage on the weapons nerfed. It's going to be interesting if it's even still viable, you know?
Probably not.
Mm.
I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some other
so-
things that I saw. Some other things that I saw. Sorry to interrupt, Dan.
No problem.
Were knockout getting nerfed. To the point where it no longer provides the lunge range increase. They noted that this change reduces some awkward, quote unquote, rubber banding in the Crucible melee battles. I've seen most people be cool with that. I saw, let me see, what else here? Kind of interesting because I've seen some PvE rotations with Mobius Quiver and crossbow weapons. They said reduce maximum Mobius Quiver buff to crossbow weapons by 50%. I'll defer to you guys on how substantial that is.
That's huge.
That's huge. Okay, okay. I also just didn't know how prolific it was in PvE rotations to the degree that it's gonna hurt like that. But nonetheless, that seemed like kind of a standout to me based on what I've seen. Gunslinger, Acrobat's Dodge can be activated airborne now, and that was kind of like an interesting little note. Acrobat's Dodge specifically on Gunslinger, which I think does it only exist on Gunslinger? I think it does actually. Can now be activated while airborne. That'll be cool. Let me see what else kind of stuck out here as I'm kind of scrolling forward. I know there's at least one more that I was thinking of here.
What is that going to look like? Acrobat's
I don't
dodge
know.
while airborne. That's so
Yeah.
interesting.
Have you seen a Titan dodge midair?
I guess. Yeah, but backflip version though.
Yeah.
I think it'd be similar to Ascension somehow. I don't know why, but I feel like they're going to make a similar change where it looks a little bit like Ascension. I don't know.
That's pretty
You
cool.
get backflips in the air.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
Big flying
Yeah.
Grayson's
Tiddly.
energy.
Yes.
Tiddly, as a Titan and on Prismatic, do you ever thruster like away from enemies, and then there's the one that leaves like the tangle behind, which then suspends people?
Yeah, Threaded Spectre.
Yeah.
I don't usually use
No,
that.
so I do that all the time as part of my build, right? Of like
Okay, that's cool.
controlling ads. Am I going to be able to use that by using the Twilight Garrison thruster in the air now? And
You
just
think so?
I don't see why
thrust
not.
it through some enemies?
I don't see why not. You're still thrusting, right?
But but you're talking about being on Prismatic though, right? Because
But thruster itself, itself
we were
changes.
talking about that earlier. True. Yeah, I suspect it's going to be having some interaction like that. Yeah.
So you could do that in the air from a high point, thruster backwards, tangle, grab forward, grab the thing, and throw it. Like, oh man.
What are those bats? The dread bats that came with Final Shape? What are those things?
We all know it. It looks
I
like.
just call them the bats.
The bats, right? I can't wait to jump up and suspend those bastards.
Well, the thing is, what I'm
totally.
imagining is I don't think it's going to be in the air with you. That would be interesting. I would imagine it's still going to be on the ground. The actual.
So basically, it
Sonic.
spawns on the ground. Is what you're thinking?
What Donna is hoping is wherever his actual character is,
wherever
Right.
I thrust
Right.
it from.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess another thing we'll have to test on Tuesday.
Yeah. So what's going to be interesting is any sort of interaction that includes thruster, right? Whether things are going to end up spawning on the ground or whether it's going to be in the air, right? And what that's going to end up looking like for me, at least in PvP, as a counter to things, right?
Do you think we'll get sword skating for Titans with thruster?
No. I'll defer.
Titans are never gonna get sword skate.
But I
The
don't know
only way
why
Titans could do it was by popping their bubble.
The bubble
as they do
skating
it.
was.
I've only ever been able to pull it off once, and I've tried ever since then. I couldn't get
The Titans have the OG skate, if we're being honest. I mean,
Yes, that's
everyone
right.
else-
Destiny 1.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that
Yeah.
was so big, especially in Crucible. Like people just dominated with that. Yeah.
And
yeah,
the
not
OG
just thinking-
D2 skating. You've had plenty
Yep.
of years where you could skate.
Mhm.
You'll be fine.
Mhm.
Says the hunter.
Moving
me?
right along.
I can see we've got a lot of hunters and titans on this podcast tonight.
There are a lot. There are a lot.
Are there any warlock mains in the group? I don't think so.
Historically,
Right?
I am a
Why?
warlock
No.
main. Yes. I'm a-
Okay.
Oh, warlock. Okay. That's-
Armor
70% of my
Archetypes.
playtime is a warlock still. So.
I'm sorry. Before we go on, so back on what I just said, I have a stoicism thing that is Spirit of the Abeyant and Spirit of the Horn.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So if I'm going to thruster,
Yes.
the improved Stringer's Lance, Stringer's Lash, projectiles track targets more aggressively. So when you have thruster and you use that, it basically the tangle jumps at enemies and then tracks them, right?
Yep.
And then doing Spirit of the Horn, your class ability unleashes waves of solar energy that damage and scorch nearby targets. So
Fun.
doing that sort of
Yeah.
in the air, I wonder how that's going to work.
Yeah.
Just gotta wait
Well.
and see because it would be on the ground unless they thought about that ahead of time and somehow coded it to where it could work in the sky.
Yeah. I would
Mm.
assume that as well. If it works
Otherwise,
on
it's
the sky,
sitting
though,
on the
that's a
ground.
wrap.
Yeah.
You might
Yeah.
see me on that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, that sounds
it's
like good
already
ad
pretty
I'm
strong.
doing
control.
that. I'm doing that
Yeah.
straight
Yeah,
away.
sure.
Yeah.
Doing that straight away.
I hope I'm not near lobby, but sure.
It's fun. It just falls off in more difficult
Yeah.
content, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bullies, bro.
Yeah.
Titans are bullies.
Wow. Okay.
Imagine
All
that
right.
in trials. You just thrust past some guys that are on the bloody plate
Yep.
midair, and then,
And then
yeah,
you strap them up and cause damage,
Yep.
scorch them at the same time, and then you just punch them out because obviously, why wouldn't you just punch them out at that point?
exactly.
I feel
Sorry,
like that's the
Dan.
thing with you, like the punch finishing move. Is that like a respect thing? Like I'm just gonna punch you and you're gonna die kind of thing? Because
Yeah.
you brought that
Are
up before.
Are you talking
Yeah,
to me?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
It's pure PTSD for me. Like,
Make sure they're dead. It's the
don't get
double
me
tap.
wrong, I've played a lot of Titan over the last couple years,
Yeah.
but that doesn't make me it didn't. I still dream about this stuff. I've been a hunter or like a warlock
You're like, oh
the
god,
majority of
they're
my
gonna
time,
punch me
man.
and kill me again.
Ugh, man, and Titans have had some real strong kits,
Yeah.
strong kits, man. So
Yeah.
yeah,
that's true.
scary times, scary times. I'll never sleep again.
Moving on to armor archetypes. We're getting 6 new armor archetypes added into the loot pool. We get Siegebreaker, which has primary stat for health and grenade, so nobody's going to use that. We have Skirmisher, which is melee and weapons focused. Demolitionist, which is grenade and class focused. Colossus, receiving super and health. Reaver gets class and melee stat bonuses, and then Powerhouse is weapons and super. And they say that the goal is, despite exciting options for those that want them, looking at you, Powerhouse, your current builds won't be so outclassed that you feel like you must replace the roles that you already have to be effective. But if you want to experiment with new builds or further fine-tune your stats, there are more options to build the distribution you want. We're getting Armor 3.0 exotic armor stats. Moving forward, all exotic armor will have tier 5 stats that will have access to all
Big.
tuning mods. This applies retroactively to all Armor 3.0 exotics other than collection rolls. So if you don't want to trade your armor out for one of the new archetypes, you won't have to acquire them again. There's some set bonuses. They talk specifically about Smoke Jumper because that was like one that was like fairly strong in PV and PVE. I don't know about PvP.
No, it was PvE
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
PvE,
they decreased the maximum damage resistance granted from 50 to 40%, which is like 10% off of that. So you're going to die a little bit quicker, but it still like seems like it's going to be fairly strong. The Superluminal Motion, which is the Wayward Psych 4-piece set perk. They increase the health granted while moving from 15 to 30 health per second outside of the Crucible. The power of the Wayward Psych set bonuses fell short of our goals for what a raid armor set should feel like, especially an epic desert perpetual. So we doubled its effective healing, and then the perk behavior is unchanged in PvP. We're getting, it looks like the destination armor sets are getting their own special 2-piece and 4-piece perks for everything.
They're pretty good too.
Yeah,
Like,
the
these are
the Throne World one specifically is the one that intrigued me. That's the one Veritas. Lucent Transmutation, performing a finisher on a combatant or landing successive powered melee final blows generates an elemental pickup based on your light subclass. And then Lucent Tithes, performing a finisher on powerful combatants, heals you and generates loyal void moths. That just seems like it's going to be
Bro.
stupid.
That sounds like fun, honestly.
It's gonna be great.
What is that? What is the elemental pickup? I guess it just depends on what you're running.
Elemental
right?
Based on what
wells
you're
are
running.
back, baby.
Elemental wells, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
about it, yeah.
Is that what we're gonna run? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that looks amazing.
but yeah,
And what's
alluded
so-
to Warmind cells coming back, by the way.
yeah.
what I'm
Oh, they
thinking, too. I
are.
was like,
Yeah.
Yeah. They Warmind cells, maybe. That'd be so good.
Also, what I was thinking, I know Veritas is like very appealing for PvE, but for PvP, for me, one of my like all-time things I hate most about the special ammo economy right now in PvP is the amount of times that I'm fighting and die and lose the special ammo that I had just spent like 3 kills like building up, and then
yeah.
it's gone, and it's like, so it makes itself to where if you run a shotgun, you're more likely to pick up your special ammo because you're right there when you get it.
Yeah.
But every other kind of special ammo, like if you're a sniper or whatever, not so much. But with this, like depending on how wide the range is, if you die in a fight or like you get a kill and then you're engaging the second guy or maybe 3, you know, however the engagement plays out, and you break your shields, you grab all that ammo and then you die and then you spawn with it again. So I feel like I might be running that permanently, honestly.
Mm.
Man's just telling on himself.
Sorry.
And now everyone else is gonna be doing that too.
No, I was just mentioning the fact that if he's running that, set specifically for that, then that's what he's catering his play style around. Me, I'm probably doing some sort of damage resistance or something like that.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
That's my
probably not
first
gonna stop
set,
me from
Tony.
Getting like ripped
Just one of
by
many
a new
sets.
Arantil that probably is going to come out, and it's going to have opening shot that actually ends up being fixed and applied.
Oh my
to all the bolts
gosh.
Now,
Can you imagine?
yeah, I can actually.
they did like an exotic armor balance preview, where we're going to be Caliban's hand is getting an increased melee recharge bonus of 25%. Dealing damage with Scorch now refunds a small amount of melee energy, and Ignition Final Blows fully refund knife energy and can overflow into an additional charge. The Frosties, you gain stacks of Frost Armor while sprinting. When you have Frost Armor, stasis weapons deal increased damage.
How much damage, Bungie? How much?
How much?
You gotta be like that.
You gotta tell us.
I know they won't tell us. We're gonna have to see.
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah,
could
we
be
just have to
really
log on
strong.
and check. Damn it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
they split,
testing.
so this is worth noting because I believe it will be this way for the new one. Previously, when it said something like that, it falled in the category of Surge ×4, basically. But they separated that a few updates ago where like new exotic armor that they've been redoing, they moved away from the Surges, and they are their own intrinsic weapon buff
A la carte.
that is separate from the Surges. So you can stack Surge on top of this, on top of your empowering, which is great for nerds like me and Tony. So yeah, I'm very excited to dive into all of that because we're gonna break some stuff. If
I love
depending
it.
on how strong this is, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm looking through here even more. Like Lucky Pants is getting a nerf.
Yeah.
PV.
Yeah, PvE nerf. Yeah. Shinobu's Vow is getting a little bit of a buff here. Now gain skip grenade energy whenever you gain stacks of bolt charge. Or no, hold on. That's not what I wanted. No, the one that I was say Shards of Galanor was the one that I was like, that one's huge. Landing 5 out of 7 knives in a volley during super causes a delay super explosion and releases solar shrapnel. That can happen with each volley of super knives. Landing both explosions is approximately comparable to a cross thunder crash.
That's crazy. That is crazy. That one little bit.
That's going to be
What's
good.
crazy about that is they're also buffing Blade Barrage. Increased knife projectile speed and tracking, increased knife detonation size from 3 to 4.25 meters, increased light knife detonation damage by 10%, and knife detonations now scorch enemies as well. So that's on top of that. That's just baseline Blade Barrage, which I don't know. To me, seems like we might be coming maybe somewhat close back to Forsaken Blade Barrage, where you could be on Bannerfall and you could hit somebody in the top window 180, at least on M&K. At least on M&K. Sorry guys, on controller, and then 180 and hit another target consistently in the other window up top with the Blade Barrage. Take out both of those enemies. 180 is just crazy. So. That might be back.
Yeah.
I hope it is.
Pyrogale gauntlets for Titans are getting a buff. With like more tracking, more explosion damage by 10%. And Scorch, slightly increased Super Cyclone Scorch per tick.
Ooh.
Let's see. No backup plans. Now triggers the benefits of both shotgun and melee super final blows. Shotguns or melee final blows now start health regeneration instead of granting a void overshield. And then shotgun or melee final blows extend the timer of your active defensive buffs on you. And then the shotgun damage bonus is now active when you have any of the above noted defensive debuffs, as well as buffing melee damage. I'm just going to be cruising through here. We already kind of talked about like Helm of Saint 14 a little bit earlier. Warlock Exotics, the Skull of Dire Ahamkara. New effect. After casting a Nova Bomb, you get a short period during which you can cast a Nova Bomb. A Nova Bomb Lance. Destroying a Cataclysm Nova Bomb with a Nova Lance creates a Nova Vortex alongside the Cataclysm Nova Bomb Seekers. Unchanged the super energy on Nova Bomb final blows and weapon final blows while you have Devour, and then the additional damage resistance while casting Nova Bomb has been removed from the perk text, but remains as a hidden functionality to help with the new play pattern Sing. That seems incredibly strong.
Seems crazy.
That on top of Nova Bomb being able to shoot through Nova Bomb now instead of it obscuring.
Yeah, exactly. That was a nice quality of life improvement. I saw that.
Yes. Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah. Thank God, right?
Yeah. They did nerf Nothing Manacles. Extra Seekers can no longer chain off themselves just with the initial grenade. They reduced the Extra Seekers generated from 4 to 3, and they reduced range and lifetime of the Extra Seekers as well. There's just a lot in that article. Is there anything that poked out for anybody else before we move on to the TWID real quick?
Yeah, it's ACDC feedback.
Yeah.
Big change.
Yep. Rip the Rachel's whole identity. Rip the Rachel's whole identity. What does it say? It says ACDC feedback fence no longer provides any melee damage resist versus players.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. Kind of a big deal.
Ouch.
And they were quick about it too. They literally just like made that note and that was it. So it was kind of like a here. Damn,
no sorry, no flowers. Yeah.
Yep.
Moving from there, we're gonna just keep cruising here. On the TWID this week, we received information about some of the rewards that we'll be getting and how you will accrue rewards through Monument of Triumph. Each monument will have your Monument of Triumph is going to have the 4 tenets of being a guardian, and through that you're going to be able to purchase rewards from each of those little podiums. That looks like a really cool system. I'm interested in seeing how that shakes out long term. I think the most important thing from this is that once you earn the Immortal title, you're also earning a set, an armor set ornament to go alongside that. That's a really cool concept to me.
Yeah.
And then we have the Bungie Foundation had a note in there saying that they're still going to be around and that they'll still be supporting causes. I kind of want to pick their brains to see what that looks like in the future. Because for the most part, it's been mostly Destiny centric. I'm assuming
Mostly
now,
Destiny. Yeah, marathon centric maybe. Yeah,
I'm possibly marathon centric. I mean, Destiny's still going to be around, so you can still do some things in there, but I don't know if they'll still be rewarding emblems and stuff for people that do that. That was
they
always
say they don't know. I don't know if anyone says in their Discord. They said that They don't know right now what they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's
I'm assuming
hopefully they're still around. But
Yeah,
I'm
TBD.
I'm assuming some Sony things are happening with that particularly.
Yeah.
So the final Bungie rewards in the store. So, in honor of Monument of Triumph, players who unlock the Immortal title will be eligible to purchase the Monument of Triumph shirt
Cool.
one last time. They
I've
also
never got one.
really,
never
I
got
have a
one,
few.
so I should get one now.
Yeah, I have a few. This one looks pretty good. I stopped buying them because I started outgrowing them. I need to. Anyways,
Dan.
so they also revealed original soundtrack for the digital edition of the Monument of Triumph from Destiny 2. Some people are speculating that the cover for that looks like, if that's what the cover of the loading screen for Destiny 2 going forward looks like they'd be pretty happy with that. We were talking about that last week with the
I like it.
with
Yeah.
the flash bomb. They are also adding 2 new emblems. One is for the returners, which is called, what is it called? The Toast of the Monument emblem. And that has like a whole slew of the cast of characters from Destiny 2 all in one emblem with your ghost as the main icon. That looks really cool. And then this one I posted it on Instagram, and it's currently at over 100,000 views.
Wow.
On this thing about specifically a tool that you can use to find out if you've played every year for the past 8 years. I think that's called D2 Old Lights Check
emblem, something like that. Yeah, emblem
online.
checker.
Yeah. Emblem check online or something like that. I'll have the actual link for that in the show notes. But the that's for the Old Lights emblem, and that has the entire timeline of the life of Destiny 2 and Destiny 1 and 2 as the emblem, with the Destiny tricorn as the icon. You had to have played. You didn't have to purchase every DLC. You just had to have played during those time periods of those years, of those eras, in order to gain access to that emblem, and that will come through the kiosk, it looks like. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff coming rewards wise for us in Destiny 2. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's going to be like really weirdly bittersweet on Tuesday. I'm excited for it because there's a whole bunch of stuff, but at the same time, like, it's very clear that things are coming to a close on their end.
Yep.
I do like that DMG has been like posting like, hey, don't go gently into that dark night, and that like Guardians make their own fate, because it does seem like there might be some hope. Who knows what's going on behind the scenes in the studio right now? Like,
break those servers, y'all.
Yeah.
Break those servers.
And not just on one day. No. Like, that has to be a perpetual thing that happens in order to even make a dent. One activity spike on Tuesday is not going to be enough to tell Sony that you care about it. So
yeah, it's a tough call to like be like, yes, be there on the 9th, and to but keep being there, because you don't on one hand it's everybody's time is their own dispense. So of course, if you're not enjoying it, don't be there, but there's gonna be a ton to do. There's gonna be a ton of new abilities and updates and weapons and stuff. And if you like Destiny, I imagine you'll be there for a while. I know I will.
Yeah. The way that I see it is, try to be there on Tuesday. Try to be there on Tuesday. If you love this game, if you feel something for this game, if you've built, the types of memories and communities that we have, and I'm not talking about big communities, people. It could just be a community of just your clan. If that's important to you, I think that, D3 is an extension of that. I don't see a reason why we can't, obviously, at your convenience, try to come through, try to break these servers on Tuesday. When it comes to the rest of the summer, or for the next several weeks or whatnot, I just ask that folks give it a chance. There's so much great content coming. There's so much love that the devs have poured into this content that I'm pretty sure they just weren't able to do before. Honestly,
Right.
they just weren't able to do before, and that just seems very obvious to me. And so give that a chance to grab you by the hooks. And if it does, it does. But I think it will for most of us.
Okay. Also, with that said, Gray Fox said that the Sony presentation was just D3 emotes and we want D3 hashtags. They picked a really weird time marketing wise to announce that that Destiny 2 was going into end of life because
Yes.
Summer
Yes.
Games Fest was this past weekend, and that was like all of that was we want D3. I saw that the Xbox showcase also had that from some people that were in chat. The Day of the Devs showcase, which has nothing to do with any major release, also had
D3.
we want D3. Yeah, so like people are crushing it. People are like trying to like get their voice heard, and like that's one way of doing it, but showing up is probably the best way to like get that heard. There is the petition out there that I think has like 370 some thousand like signatures on it. So there's other ways to support too. Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's other ways to support. Just be careful out there. Take care of each other. Don't be assholes to each other.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of that recently over the last week.
Yep.
People turning on each other.
Yeah. I mean, it was inevitable, but I think it's just everybody do your best to just lead by example, One thing I will say about, these campaigns as they come across, I've been talking about this a little bit on Twitter as they've come across on, the Summer Games Fest, et cetera, is it's supposed to be annoying. You're supposed to be annoyed. That's what gets attention.
Yeah.
Those are, it's supposed to be a disruptive campaign for change, right? So while it's annoying, recognize that that's really the only way, or that's the way that these campaigns are supposed to go in order to garner the type of attention that they're supposed to garner. They're supposed to cause some degree of inconvenience. That's the way that these disruptive campaigns work. It's the way that these social disruptive campaigns work in the real world. And that's the way that it operates here. So. Be annoyed because it's annoying, of course, sometimes, but also just recognize that it's for a reason. It's for a reason. If you care about D3, then this is one of the only ways that we can really get that across, in a digital format.
Well said.
Yep.
All right. So we're gonna hit questions here very quickly. We've got a full episode, and the Bana has like. I'm seeing the birds kind of like over his head.
I know.
So let's.
What? Where am I?
Yeah.
Is Elizabeth still queen?
Oh, buddy. So we're gonna skip my question. We can talk about that next week or something. We're just gonna move into audience questions here. Do y'all think that the outreach, the stream takeovers, the petition will do anything? Says Deathstorm Dag. I think you just answered that pretty eloquently,
Yes.
Tony.
I think adding to that just very briefly too, like we had that Sony community rep, I think it was, who's tweeting on X that, just quoting exactly what Tony just said, like evidence of it. Like I go to present community feedback to the executives, and if it's just you logged more hours or you signed a position, it's whatever. But if you are interrupting what the executives are trying to do, then you have their attention. Like that's the only way.
Yep.
Which like to
It's the only
Tony's
way
point,
corporate
like
works, isn't it?
Yeah, it's how money works. So you just have to. Yeah.
It's inherently disruptive. Like that's the way that you get their attention. So just kind of, recognize that.
Show up at their place. Got it.
Well,
Crazy. Yeah, I didn't say that.
I didn't either. I don't advocate for that either. What is
They're not my own.
Starlight Vex is saying, what is one thing that you all are excited for? Just real quick, like.
Hand cannons. Next.
Loot. All the loot. All the loot we don't know about. That's what.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good
'Cause
one.
I don't know. We got a
there's
few.
gonna be-
The fact that the world drops for the Cosmodrome are Seventh Seraph stuff. What are the other ones gonna be? Like,
Yeah.
We don't
Yep.
know what we're excited for.
I'm excited about getting the fire teams back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was messaging one of my friends because CG mentioned in chat that we might do a raid together, and I haven't played with this person in months, so I'm like so excited about that.
Hell yeah.
Get the fire teams back together.
That's the one thing that will keep people in the game is people.
Mhm.
Yes.
So like
Yeah.
if your
Yeah.
friends come back and you're having a good time with your friends, you're not gonna stop on June 9th, you know?
Yeah.
No.
CG, how long do you guys see yourselves playing Destiny consistently after this update releases?
Lego just said, like literally that's my answer for that is however
Yeah.
long people are playing it and
However
having fun,
long.
I'll continue to play. So
I've been
Yeah.
saying till the wheels fall off. And
Yeah.
like that's like Sunday is going to be consistently my Destiny day. That's where we help people. That's
Yep.
until people
Yep.
stop asking for helps. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and for me, come on, man. When's the last time we had this degree of PvP updates? You know, all in one. I can't remember the last time.
No.
are you
This,
good?
this is more PvP. Like I know we've got like a low bar, right? So
I feel like our expectations are in the basement at this point.
Yeah.
in the basement. You know, it's 6 feet under.
Oh
we got a lot of stuff in comparison to what we normally get. Oh, I'm gonna be eating for like the next year at least, man. There's just so much stuff for me personally, because us PvP creators, we literally make content out of nothing.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh,
like
absolutely.
we're
Because they
really-
give
we're
you
really
nothing
good
to
at
make.
that.
Yeah.
They give us nothing to make content with, so we're just always digging into something, whether it's
Mhm.
just like baloney, phony baloney or not. You know, whether it's just bait or not. We got to make content out of nothing, and we actually have something to make content out of, and a lot of it. I've got, you know me, I run a lot of private matches with my, community
Oh,
scrims
yeah,
and whatnot.
yeah.
I've got like a new mode, which also means that they likely updated a bunch of the back end of private matches, which I've been asking for like a while. Oh boy, we're eating. I'll
They
fix
didn't
the
even
camera.
talk
Sorry
about that. No, the camera is perfect. You're on your facial expression is like, oh, y'all wait for this,
It's great. It looks like a YouTube like
I've
preview.
screenshotted
It's
it to make it
amazing.
a meme that we need
Perfect.
to use. going
Oh,
forward.
Perfect.
God.
Tony's
Yes.
face.
so good.
Tony,
Yeah.
enjoy, buddy.
Oh,
see
wait.
here.
Sorry, I will skip. I'll be super fast. But
Sure.
Tony, your thing about the new mode, it's supposed to be less abilities, right? Like it's like
Yeah.
old
It's like
school
D1.
Crucible. Yeah, that sounds like a great thing for labs. Like that sounds really
Yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, we've already got mad people in the Discord and just on Twitter, my folks and in stream as well, just talking about that, And so any change to the PvP and private matches, man, like my folks are going to be eating. So I mean, that's just in addition to all this. I mean, let's be real. I mean, I'm still using a dire promise from like year whatever, Forsaken. They're about to give me a new dire promise. If I'm still enjoying that, because we've just had to make like lemonade out of like nothing. It's not even lemons. We're not even getting lemons. We're just manifesting it, right? So
Yeah.
man, I'm getting so many guns personally for me, and I know that a lot of my folks in particular enjoy the same type of gameplay, the same type of weapons. But even if you're not a hand cannon shotgun person, we're gonna get so many weapons, and they're gonna end up becoming some of our favorite weapons in year whatever that we're in. I think that like people are going to be playing this game for much longer than the summer. It's going to be a diminished population, of course, but
Yeah.
there's going to be incentive to keep playing with new things that we're going to get, and we're getting a lot of new things.
Sorry, I just had to make something real quick. Tony, you now
Oh my!
you now have something sent to you.
Yes.
Boy, here we go.
Wait,
all
let me
right.
see this.
So I'll send it to you too, Lego.
Oh my God! Don't send it to. Oh,
I'm sending it to Lego.
I've already posted it to Twitter.
Oh,
my
yes.
God, man.
Yes.
I am now the thumbnail, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Canva Pro.
Oh my God.
All right.
Oh, yes.
So
I can't do anything.
question for Tony and Lego.
I love it. It's great. Yeah.
This is coming from Gray Fox. We got a two-parter from Gray Fox, one for Tony and Lego. Lego, what fusion are you looking forward to? Tony suggests a playstyle for Lego's fusion suggestion.
Oh
my gosh.
I like this. I like this. That means you got to.
This is an interesting question.
You got to go crazy with the
Fair Fox is good at 'em.
context. I need some context.
Oh, I mean, this is so easy for me though, because there's only one thing that I want. There's only like out of what's available right now, there's only one perk combination I want to see on one archetype. Because we've been thrown rapid fires are so hot. They hit so far. Zealot's Reward, the new one that came at Guardians game. They can be very oppressive, you know. But what I want is a high impact and not just what am I looking like. This goes into looking forward to because I think it's going to happen. Either Wizen Rebuke or Mid is Reckoning if it gets some new perks, which it will because the raid stuff is getting updated stuff. So one of these.
Oh my God, Discord just messed up. I couldn't hear any of that.
Oh no. Okay, it's okay. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
Right at what I want. It stopped at what. Please continue.
Okay, so raid weapons, we know all these high impact fusion rifles are gonna get new perks and stuff, and so with the way that they work now, high impacts and precisions potentially could do this too. Yeah, you could do this with the precision. So if a precision frame comes back too, which I think we'll get, any of those, precision or high impact, getting backup plans like the where you like whip it out and shoot it real fast with the charge time, the way that the damage works now, it actually is good on precision frames, just nobody knows it yet in PvP. And that combined with what's the one that regenerates ammo? I'm blanking now. When you get a kill with another weapon, you swap to Discord. So Discord backup plans. No, but think about it. You use your primary primarily, and then when you get it, you just swap real fast, zoom, super fast charge time, boom, voop across the map, get your ammo back, swap back to your primary, cascade point, harmony, whatever is the damage boosting thing, and you just have this loop back and forth. You never have to pick up the ammo. You just keep rolling and just keep slaying, and that's what I want. That's all I want.
No, I like that. I like that. You know, because like I have that Wizen Rebuke that you and Kit had me keep like a while back, and I whip it out like every once in a while. When I was on controller for about like a month or whatnot, that was like my primary weapon that I was actually using. And when I mean primary, I mean primary. Like I can see
that's
why you're on controller. Man, I'm telling you, that thing is beautiful. I love backup plans so much, and so to get that combination of backup plan plus Discord, yes. I mean, you were saying suggest a playstyle, Tony. It'd be literally my playstyle because that literally fits my playstyle. I don't care about special, but I do care about defending myself against Titans. Tiddly. Titans. Y'all are scary, bro. But so I do care about defending myself, which means I gotta flip it fast, and I want something consistent. And a fusion rifle is definitely superior to a shotgun, even on M&K, as far as connecting bolts, as far as getting a little bit of range, and just straight up just deleting somebody. You know, I don't have to worry about that damage fallout that comes from shotguns and get them absolute. None of that stuff. You know, we ain't got to do those calculations. So yeah, it'd be like perfect for me. I don't want to go pick up an ammo crate. I hate going to a wall or whatever. Yeah, that'd be a fantastic combination for me. Just literally just my playstyle because I'm just trying to get back to primary. And you said it exactly right as well. Harmony, just being able to get a kill with another weapon and then flip to the hand cannon, and now you got some extra damage. Now I got Frosties on, and it's a nice Luna, and now I got the extra damage from Harmony on top of the extra damage from having Frost Armor with Frosties, right? So,
oh, that's good, man. I'm not turning this into a Destiny Master Breakdown podcast. I'm trying not to, but Tony just reminded me we didn't even talk about in the weapons post that Focus Fury is now 25% instead of 20%.
Remember, yeah.
And I thought of you when I read it.
Yes, because it's a fantastic little mini game, and you get a certain degree of headshots. And then you got the damage, right? So you just got to make sure you just keep hitting heads, and it just automatically kicks in. It's 7 seconds. You can backpack it, which means you can, like de-equip your weapon, pull out your shotgun, and then when you pull it right back out, it's still counting down, ticking down, but you still got it. It's a big buff as well. It's something like 25% or something. It's a good amount of buff. So, yeah, but you got to hit those heads, which is all the dopamine for me. So, yeah, I was very happy to see that. 33%, right? Instead of 50% of the bag now.
No, I think it's 25% now instead of 20%. 25. I think.
No, I mean how much of the mag that you have to actually hit. I think that's
I forgot about that part. Yeah. Yeah,
I think it's like 33% versus 50%.
I think that's right.
Me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. I think that's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, sorry, we rolled off that one.
No, that
it's
was
fine.
For you. That was your question. Yeah.
We invited you to yap, and you guys be yapping. And I appreciate that about you.
Hits required to activate decrease from 50% of the mag to 35% of the mag. So it's going to come in.
Ooh. It's going to come in quick. It's going to come in quick, especially and if we're talking about mag
on the hand
size,
cannons
right?
too.
On it.
Yep.
on hand cannons that
There
already
we
have
go.
decreased magazine size, like the diminished magazine size, man. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that for sure.
Hell yeah. All right. Last question, also from Gray Fox. Question for all: what title or fashion or even emblem are you going to rock for the final song on Tuesday for Destiny 2?
That's a good one.
Dan,
That is a good one.
epic.
I'd probably have to go with obviously the veteran emblem, refer a friend emblem, and the first beta
Refer a
emblems.
friend. Refer a friend emblem.
And then probably for the title, probably just the ones I always run: Reckoner, my Warlock, Shadow, my Hunter, and Conqueror on my Titan.
Dope.
Anybody
I like
else?
Reckoner.
Reckoner.
I reckon it's one of the
Reckoner's classic.
rarest ones.
It is.
And
It's still a flex.
so if you
yeah.
got
Is
it,
it really?
reckon.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not many.
Wow.
No one wanted
It's
to do
even
that
rare-
activity.
Yeah, it was. I think there was only one trials seal before they started doing gilding. That was rarer than Reckoner.
Wow. Dubs. That was the first one that I got.
Yeah.
Yeah. First title I ever
Yeah,
got.
no, I love that one. So I'll be chucking that on. I think it's already on, but I'll chuck that on too. And then there's also the Starbright one, where it's like the one for the Australian bushfires back in 2019.
I like
So
that one.
I'll keep that one on myself.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna be rocking my Titan, I think, on that day. And so like the Shattered Throne Flawless emblem, I think, is what I'm gonna put on there, because that was the very first activity that I flawlessed.
Amazing.
Or that I solo flawlessed. And earned that title, so that's gonna be it. And then Blacksmith, because Blacksmith was one of my like that's a cherished title. I got that with like old Planet Destiny folks, and that was a blast. So I think that's what I'm gonna be rocking on day one, at least title and emblem wise. Fashion, just whatever.
You're also well known for getting people anarchy and having that anarchy counter as well.
True. That's
Yeah.
the point. Yeah. Yeah. The
Yeah.
energy grind. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I've just been looking through some of them here, and I'm like, yeah, this one's really cool. Oh, this one's really cool too. There's just so many
There's
cool
so many.
emblems. There's so
Yeah,
many like
yeah.
well designed emblems throughout the entire thing. So
Mhm.
it's hard to pick one.
I'm probably gonna do my Rainbow Titan because that's a classic. You got to
Yeah.
go Rainbow Titan.
Yeah.
And of
Especially
course,
for
I'm
this
probably
month.
going to have to, and I cannot tell you how many times I gilded Dregadon. So I'm going to probably have to put my gilded Dregadon title on.
Fuck yeah.
There's a support group. We had donuts, you
Mhm.
know, I
I'm so sorry.
gilding it. I know, but I gilded it like almost every single
Game is
season.
getting buffed though. It's time for you to return
Yeah,
to your roots.
I'm gonna be
Oh,
jumping back in.
Yeah, it's time to come back.
Did you not know that?
Yeah, they're getting a big rework
Yeah.
just for
Yeah,
you.
I'm very, very much looking
And
forward
new
to that, by the
armor
way.
as well.
I really enjoy it. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. It's gonna be
They say we
Gambit
gotta
developers.
bring
We're not
Tiddly
getting
back.
Gambit
Don't
Prime.
pull me back in. I don't want to be a
Oh,
Dregadon
you didn't know?
again.
You didn't know? Oh man, yeah. Gambit.
You got to gilded this
Gambit
one
Mid.
last season.
I don't want to
Yeah.
gild Dregadon. Maybe we're going to have to do it for the
You're gonna
memes.
do it
We'll have to
again.
for the memes.
You're gonna
I'm
do it
doing
again.
for the
This
memes,
season.
so that means
One
you
last
gotta do
time.
it.
One last ride,
One last
Tiddly.
time.
The last time I'll ever do it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Just think there'll never be another gilded dredgen after this.
Yeah, the last opportunity to ever. Thank God.
Thank God.
One thing I'm glad is ending.
Oh, that's
my
funny.
commitment to gilding Dregadon.
Mhm.
I'm sad about a lot of things. That is not one of them.
Just imagining that bubble getting thrown
Yes!
in like
Oh my
in
God!
Gambit, you know?
Yes.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
all right, I'm
Oh,
already
man.
sucked back in. You got me. It's
There you
true.
go, there you
Yeah.
go.
I'll have to-
There you
yep.
go.
Yep. I'm taking you all with me too. We're gonna do it together.
So good.
Hey, invite me anytime. I really like Gambit, so I'm coming back in
Gambit's
there with my
pretty good.
Stonecaller. I'm coming
Yeah.
back in there with my Crown of Tempest, which is getting like a small buff to it. I'm with it.
Excellent. I love it.
Did they didn't mention which of those weapons were getting reprised, did they? Like
Oh,
there wasn't a
I mean,
list.
spare rations.
That's what
Spare
they mentioned,
rations,
spare,
yeah.
Yeah.
They did? Okay.
We know
I was
21% delirium's coming back.
True.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
that
I'll
was
have to
in
go
the
back
article
and
last
look.
week.
That was
Okay, I'll
last
have to
week,
go back
yeah.
and look. because Trinity, the fusion was pretty good from there. Trinary system, Trinity system, one or the other, can't remember.
I think you're right, Trinary. I think.
During
So-
hunger.
We don't know about Now in Hunger. They did get
Yeah.
asked about
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
but they didn't.
Mm.
Oh, non-car would be fantastic. I love that gun. Seriously,
Yeah.
that gun has like 0 kick, and it just like it makes like a tickling sound. It doesn't make
Mhm.
anything like super hefty. You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just fantastic for
Yeah, it's a
tracking.
good. It's fun. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
High
like that gun
impact
a lot.
auto rifles too, hitting a little bit different. And that was the one that got
Mhm.
changed, right? Yeah, a little bit faster. That'll be interesting.
Yep.
Emblem. I think I gotta go with the original movie of the week emblem, like the blue one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
like that's just like because I
That
think
is a
that-
great
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Man.
Last time to flex.
Yeah, flexing
I know.
the
Me as
movie of
well.
the week emblem. Wow.
because I feel
OG.
like there was this phase where like everyone was trading accounts and like passing the emblem around for a while, but
Mhm.
they banned all of
Oh
those.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so now I think it is rare again. I'm not sure. I haven't
Very
looked in
rare,
a
yeah.
while, but
Yeah.
I like the new one that has the VHS, like not new, but the last one that
Mhm.
has the VHS look to it. That one's
Yeah.
really cool, but for the end, you got to have like the original. So I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that.
that is such a flex. I feel like the only one that is more of a flex, in my opinion, is the fashion one. Like I never
Yeah.
got it. I
Oh, yeah.
love the fashion one. Like the original fashion one's so good. So
Yeah.
I
it is.
felt really cool whenever I had the spooky skull one for the Halloween event. The 1st year it
Mhm.
happened,
Oh yeah,
I won
yeah,
with
yeah.
Ascendant Nomad, and me did a thing, and we won for that. And I was like, "Oh, this is that first year, like nobody had it." And
No
now
one
I
had
think
it, yeah.
I think a lot of people have it now
But
throughout the
still,
years. But
yeah.
There's
So
it's
you're
cool.
not. It's not as much of a flex. You're not that one. Yeah.
yeah, no, we'll go OG. Yeah,
Man, there's some really cool experiential ones too, like the Schrodinger's gun one that has Telesto on it from when Telesto was breaking everything that they just handed out to
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
also the
crafting?
crafting.
Oh, the
I
crafting,
didn't earn that because I
yeah.
was in Europe at the time.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
no! I was in Europe. Oh,
Yeah.
poor me.
You know what? I'll take that any day over an emblem. You can keep your NFTs, Bungie. Prismatic Inferno was the one for the laser tag weekend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot of like,
It's a fairly rare one.
remembrance
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Commemoration ones. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very solid
Yeah.
memories.
Yeah.
I gotta
For
say
me-
too,
Okay.
real quick, the title. I don't normally do titles because I hate how it distracts from like your character. Like I want the screen as clean as possible to see the fashion, you know. But
Yeah.
this time I think Unbroken is fitting for
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what we're
Yeah.
going through as a community,
Mhm.
and I think
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stick with it and leave it there forever. You know.
Yeah.
Lovely.
That's great.
Yep.
Very poetic.
For me, I'll probably same Unbroken,
Yeah.
Reckoner, and probably Godslayer, just because Godslayer
Yeah.
is
Oh,
such a
God
sick-
Slayer. That's
Yeah.
a great
So good.
one.
title. Yeah, and we're coming back up on like Pantheon 2.0, right? So
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
feel like that's kind of fitting. As far
Yeah.
as emblems go, man, probably more recent ones for me, honestly. Like I just kind of like happen chanced into the most recent like Bungie bounty one.
Mhm.
I don't know if there's a more recent one than Faster Than Light, but there was a time where I definitely tried to get Bungie bounties, pretty much
Mhm.
like up until about like only like a couple of years ago. Then I was just like, I'm never getting this, man. It's just not going to happen. So I just gave
Mhm.
up. But all through like D1 and D2, I was trying to get that, and then I just so happened chanced into it. I was on a team with oh man, I'm trying to remember the name off the top of my head, but nonetheless, I just happened chanced into it. And I really like that emblem a lot, Faster Than Light. So I'll probably be rocking that, and then I'll be rocking Ergosphere, which is I don't know if you know what that one is. It's unlocked by a special offer. I can't remember which special offer or whatnot,
Mm.
but you know, because of my interests in space and whatnot, it's like a sphere that's getting like sucked into like a gravitational singularity, like a black hole.
Oh, that's
That's
right.
so
just
cool.
such
What the heck?
Yeah, I know it's a sick emblem. And the third one is another sick emblem that I think came out around the same time, and it's called Sepulchromatic, and it just has like a skull. And just look it up. Well, why am I even just look it up? It's Sepulchromatic. And just another like emblem I don't really see as often as I should. I think it was just unlocked via buying anything from the store at the time that season, which I had some credit. So I was like, man, I definitely got to get this. This is crazy. It's such a good looking emblem. So probably those three for me.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think That's everybody, right?
I think so.
Hell yeah.
Oh, my emblem, I would probably do the pride emblem.
Hell
I
yeah.
tend to wear. I tend
Good one.
to do like the Black History Month Pride emblem. Like those are the emblem that I tend to wear. So I'll probably do Pride for Pride Month.
Hell yeah.
Yay, gay! Let's go.
All right. This has been a long one, but a really, really good one. And I appreciate everybody for coming and hanging out. Thank you, Lego, for surprising Tony. Thank you, Tony, for reaching out and being like, "Hey, are you around?"
This was a good time.
Yeah, this was a great time. Love you guys both, and looking
Likewise.
forward to having you on more episodes. Once we change the name around and stuff. Once we rearrange the
Anytime.
furniture.
We've rebranded to two Dans and some friends.
Two Dans and friends.
Two Dans and friends.
But no. You can do it between two Dans. Between
Oh.
two Dans. Between two
Double Dans.
Dans.
Just
Yeah.
giving this stuff away for free, bro.
Yeah.
Gray Fox is saying the Duck Digest podcast. I know you guys said not to eat duck earlier in the podcast, but when I met
we
Bana,
said specifically foie gras.
well, I mean that's
specifically,
fair.
which is,
Yeah, that's fair.
pretty cool.
I did eat duck dumplings with Bana when I met him in England.
Wow.
What the
He did-
duck?
I refused. I
Wow.
refused, chat. So I'm still
Wow.
good.
He
We're
did not.
still-
He
we're still
enjoyed them.
friends, Bona. Yeah.
He enjoyed them.
Yeah.
He enjoyed them.
Yeah.
The place that we went to is called the Ugly Dum.
It's called the Ugly Dumpling. It's great. It's in Soho. Go there every time. It's so good. All
What a
right.
shame.
that pretty much wraps it up. Tony, tell people where they can find you on the internet, sir.
Oh man! All right. Twitch.tv/illPhysics. They're like almost every day. Then we of course got Twitter, same illPhysics. YouTube, illPhysics. I'm always trying to be a Lego, but I'm never a Lego. So you'll catch me on YouTube with a video here or there. I try to put shorts up there, but I've been doing so much variety lately. The channel's not really. I'd have to create a new variety. Just illPhysics. Go follow, go subscribe. I always try to put my best foot forward there, but illPhysics on most platforms. Those are the main three, and the fourth is Discord. We got I don't know how many people in there, 2,800 people in there, something like that. So
Beautiful.
Discord.gg/illPhysics. Yeah, we got a great community, so it's a bless.
Hell yeah. Lego, where can people find you, sir?
Yeah, at Lego LeFlash, Legoleflash on YouTube or Twitter. That's pretty much it. Yeah, y'all
handle, by
join
the
join Tony's community. It's great.
No, come
Like,
on.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Also true. But I tell you, like, if you just go through, Legoleflash has like comments unlike any other like channel I've ever seen in my entire life on YouTube. It's just all love, all good informational, like just genuine questions. He just attracts that type of like audience, and it's just insane. Like I can't do that. I can't do that. Man's got something special. So
thanks, man. I mean,
come
same
on.
for you. Like your
If
stuff's
you haven't
incredible.
subscribed.
And I will say, if you want to come nerd out about some numbers after this drops, let's do it. Let's dive into the numbers. That's what I'm here. Like somebody posed a question. Who was it? Paul Tassi today, I think earlier, he was like, what's everybody doing like when it first drops? And I'm literally just gonna be with like an Excel sheet open, like with a bunch of numbers. What are the perks doing? That's gonna be me. Then I'll play.
I'm gonna take you up on that. I know you get a little
Okay.
busy right now, but I'm gonna take you up on that for real.
Yeah,
I
there we
told you
go.
I'll be doing the other side of testing is kind of just the qualitative stuff. I'll be doing that day one as soon as it drops. So
Qualitative,
come together.
aka
Qualitative.
qualitative murdering folks in Crucible.
Trying. I got a new name, so hopefully I can stay, a little bit undercover for a little bit at least.
Incredible. Tiddly, where can
Yeah,
people find you,
easy.
buddy?
I am twitch.tv/Tiddly Monday through Friday, 9:00 Central, and I am Tiddly on Blue Sky.
Perfect. BonafideHiro, where can people find you?
You can find me everywhere that I am through BonafideHero.live.
Hell yeah. Epic Dan 22.
You can find me at twitch.tv/EpicDan22. You can find me on YouTube. So much content coming out in the next couple of weeks with the update at EpicDan22. Same on TikTok at EpicDan22. Instagram at EpicDan22. Twitter, Blue Sky. If you Google EpicDan22, you can find me almost everywhere.
There you go.
Perfect.
Awesome.
All right, and finally, my name's Danfinity, and you can find me on the internet all over the place, danfinity.gg or danfinitygg, wherever you want to go. Join the Discord, discord.gg/Danfinity, where every Sunday we will be doing Destiny 2 helps until the wheels fall off. Other than that, we'll be playing some variety stuff, as well as more Destiny content there. Reminder that on June 21st is the final Destiny Digest episode, but then on July 21st we got something new coming for you on all of the channels through everything else. So you don't have to change the channel, you don't have to do anything crazy, you just stay here and we'll serve you up something good. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us for episode 141 of the Destiny Digest podcast, and we hope you find what you're grinding for.